Welcome back, Nuggets. This mother clucker's got some thoughts. Let's ruffle some feathers and get into this live stream. Hello, everybody. Okay, we are multi-streaming. I am hoping that I have fixed all of the issues that I had been experiencing last week. So hopefully it works. Hello, Neo. Hey, Kex. Hey, Southern Manita over on Twitch. Hello, everybody. There's so many of you already in here. Let me see if I can get everyone. Mrs. Patterson has gone to bed at a very respectable hour. I respect that. Hey, Nutty. Hello, Veronica. Hey, Pain in the Axe. Oh, we'll be on the replay, no problem. Hey, Gwen. Hi, Diana. Oh, an El Nino predicted. Neo, thank you so much for 3 months. Awesome. Thank you so much. Being part of the clucking crew. Are you in the Discord? You don't have to be if you don't want to be, but it's there if you want it. And Southern Manita as well, thank you so much. 3 months on Twitch. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Hi LV, thank you so much for being here modding tonight. Who else do we have? Who have I missed? Furball, hello, hello, hello. Hey Darkwick, thank you so much for being here to mod. I appreciate you. Hello, everybody. Who have I missed? Have I missed anybody? Angelica, hello. Hey, Janton, hello. I am aware that eventually I'm going to have to not do this anymore, but I enjoy saying hello to everybody. Eliza Day. Oh, hang on. Eliza, hello, hello. Sorry, I'm just getting myself oriented. What did you just do? What happened? 4 months as a clucker. Thank you so much. Hey, Vera and Nuggets. Oh, there you are. I found you. Hello. Thank you so much. Thank you. Awesome. Awesome. So good to see everybody in here. Hi. I have been really looking forward to this live stream. Hopefully you all are as well. I have a little poll up on YouTube asking Rachel is still losing subs. What do you think she will do? And 2 of the options have 0%. Awesome. Don't forget, everybody who is a clucker, whether that's gifted or whether that's purchased or whether it's on your Amazon Prime, you all have access to the Discord. We just did a watch party last weekend and it was really fun. We watched Princess Bride and I've worked out a way to also upload a replay of that that I'll be keeping up for basically 2 weeks. So no pressure. If you're not a Discord person, I fully respect that. I do. Hi, everybody. Okay. Also, I just want to draw attention to the new emojis, and I'm just realizing that I forgot to put the most recent one on Twitch. Let me see if I can do that while I'm talking to you all. But I'm being also reminded there is now a goth Vera. And Loretta, now you're Loretta on the Discord server, but I don't know who you are outside of the Discord server because I don't think the names match up. So please give yourself a shout out if you're in here, Loretta. You have credit for apparently the shape of the goth Vera, and I love it. I love it so much. I really do. I'm talking some shit while I'm trying to, I don't think I'm going to be able to. Oh, maybe, emotes. I'm trying to add this real time. I'm so professional, you guys. Oh, I don't have any more slots on Twitch. Okay, never mind. I cannot add goth to the Twitch. Hi, Creeds. Thank you so much for being here tonight to mod. Hello. Hey, Cramlings. Thank you so much. We almost have a full house of mods. Nice. Yes, did you find the oh, you did. You found the goth Vera. Do we know who Loretta is? Have I missed that? I don't know. Anyway, it's a shout out to you, Loretta. Please make yourself known. I might just ask you on the Discord who you are in the actual sections. But anyway, hi. Okay, so today we are covering a Rachel video I thought if we still have time after it, we can always look at some Rosie vlogs that she's been uploading. Sanjay, thank you so much for being a clucker for 4 months. Hello, glad you're catching alive. I'm glad you're here too. Thank you so much. Doxy Mum, you finally made it to alive. Hello. Yes. You'll be in and out. Is Palia a game? I'm not familiar with it. That's okay though. Okay, so Rachel, and why I had the poll up, and I'll finish it now. But it was, she's still losing subs. What do you think she'll do? 63% of you thought continue relentlessly as a lol cow. I'm kind of with you there. 32% said try something else very briefly because that's her pattern. 3% said start a new channel incognito, like our friend Studio Deets, which is not fully confirmed, but like highly suspected. And 2% said give up. Yeah, I don't know if she will be up for a give up either. But she is, I am genuinely surprised. She is still losing subscribers. I really thought by this point, because we're talking about like, what, it's been 5 months now? 4 or 5 months? Almost 5 months. Since all of this went down. I am legitimately surprised that she is still losing subscribers at this point. Because, you know, there's going to be a certain point where the algorithm takes over and she starts attracting new people, or, you know, she loses all of the people that were hate watching her. You know, there's only going to be so many people, but no, she is still losing subscribers as she uploads. And I will say, for anyone who is a creator, you probably know what I'm going to talk about. There is a natural steady decline in subscriber numbers just by like YouTube regularly does sweeps for bots, and people clean up their you know, subscription lists and things. There's a whole host of reasons that can be unrelated to being your fault that you lose subscribers. And so there is a very gradual tick down, but this seems to happen after she posts almost every time. Yeah, well, it's interesting. Yeah, Rachel refuses to accept she's been shunned. But, like, at a certain point, the algorithm needs to take over, right? Oh, Caden, this live is your treat for nearly finishing. I love the nearly finishing. Your final year archaeology dissertation. That is so clucking cool. You know, the replay will be a thing. If you need to get it done and actually have a reward, just say it. But I love that. I love that so much. Lady Savage, thank you so much for gifting 5 memberships. Welcome to the clucking crew, everybody. We've got Amber's 140 IQ. Bunnies make me happy. I'll call you AUF. Annie Lavoy, I think. And Foster Farian, congratulations. You all have access to members only videos and the Discord if you want it. Thank you so much. Can we get chicken butts or juicy peaches for Lady Savage? Thank you. I appreciate you. Yay. You're also finishing university soon. I love that. I love it. Get it. Get it, Nuggets. You're awesome. Yeah, awesome. Thank you so much. Okay, so with Rachel, there are 2 videos that we haven't watched yet, but one of them is talking about Amber laughing at Rarity, and I don't know, I just personally, I don't feel super great about watching the Rarity stuff, so I would rather watch the hypocrite calling the other one a hypocrite, personally. But it's, the other one is there if you want to watch it. Yeah. Also, this is a PSA for everybody as well. Just to do a check-in with yourself. This content can sometimes be very beneficial in the sense that it can be a real distraction from what's going on in life, but It can also do a number on your mental health. So please make sure you're doing what you need to do to look after yourselves. I will continue that conversation very shortly. Be like, what a baby, thank you so much. Almost done laying 336 pavers. Keep me going, Vera. I'll be like, what a baby. I'm so here for you. That is amazing. Well done. Thank you so much. Yeah, and a few of you have been mentioning lately, and I'm certainly feeling it myself as well, where I'm taking a break from watching Girl World content in my personal time. And if you need to do that, just check in with yourself. Make sure this content is serving you at the moment. Maybe a little break is in order. And you better believe whenever I say I'm taking a break from Girl World content, it doesn't happen that often, but just every so often I need to, go touch grass, so to speak. You better believe that I am watching back-to-back Gilmore Girls episodes. That is what I do when I'm not watching Girl World. And I play Minecraft. And that's my detox from it. So yeah, check in with yourselves, make sure this is good for you, and yeah. Every time you see a chicken, you think of me. I love that. And I've started, it's actually just started happening recently. Sorry, one moment. Where I will go into another live and then people start spamming chickens and I'm like, oh my God. It's like Karina Kaboom with the frog emojis, and it just tickles me. Oh, Gilmore Girls got you through your worst depression. Yeah. Whenever I go through a grieving process, like if I lose a chicken, it's Gilmore Girls. Gilmore Girls is like, I don't know, it has cleansing properties for me. And I can always gauge how bad the situation is by how far through I get. And this situation is still moderate. I'm in season 2. Stardew Valley is your mental detox. I love that people have these like coping mechanisms. Dead Like Me is your happy show. I love that show. I really do. Oh wow, your partner also likes to rewatch Gilmore Girls. I love that. Oh no, AU, I'm so sorry. We've had some bad things happen to chickens recently around the world. But recovering a chicken that was attacked by a hawk. Oh, I hope she pulls through. Positive thoughts. Oh, you can't, interesting Bunny, you can't do Gilmore Girls because you've always wanted a relationship with your mother and she just doesn't return it. I'm fully with, well, not in the wanting it anymore, but like I didn't have that either. And I almost feel like I'm doing vicarious living via that show because I think we should all be so lucky as to have a mother like Lorelai. Lady Savage, thank you so much. Thank you so much. I'm just checking. Is there what is low moo? I don't know if there's a typo. You don't need to send another super chat, but just clarify if I'm reading this wrong. Low moo, best way to see your life isn't so bad. I don't follow. I'm so sorry. I feel so bad. Please don't send another super chat. Just clarify. I'll look for you. But thank you so much. Girl, please. Rude. Absolutely rude. Also, mods, can we please get a link to Girl Please? If you haven't checked out Girl Please's channel, you really need to. She is clucking hilarious. I am late. Daylight savings nonsense happened. As far as I'm concerned, I'm doing it at the same time. Yeah, we love Girl Please around here. We do. We do. Okay, shall we get into the clucking video and see, let's watch. Oh, gotcha. Thank you. Sorry, lol cow. Okay. Yes. Thank you, Lady Savage. I'm so sorry for butchering your super chat. Yes, okay, so lol cow is the best way to see that your life isn't so bad. Yes, that makes more sense. Thank you. I'm sorry. Okay, so we are going to watch Rachel. I'm sorry. Just the thumbnail of this. We're going to watch Rachel call Amber Lynn a hypocrite. Is everybody ready for the hypocrisy that is going to be this episode? Whose birthday? Whose birthday is it? I've missed it. Happy birthday. It's Regan's birthday. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Also, Dead Not Sleeping, how's your mum going? Regan, happy birthday. Can we get celebratory? There is an emoji with a Vera with a party hat on. Can we get party hat Vera going in the chat if you've got it? Otherwise, celebration. Happy birthday. I love that. No. Thank you. So sorry, that was so obnoxious of you to share. Not obnoxious at all. I love to hear when it's your birthdays. I actually consider it a really big compliment that you're here on your birthday with me. And that's how I interpret it. So by all means, everybody share that it's your birthday when it's your birthday. Girl, please. No, that's really bad. That's really bad. I need to clock into the Rachel Lynn factory. Because what? She just wants to be tasting Ambi. I can't say this with a straight face. I can't say this. Tasting Ambi's pooper so bad. That's really bad. Hello, Wide Ride. Hi, over on Twitch. Okay. Let's get into this. I've been talking for far too long. What a hypocrite. Amber Lynn Reid makes everything about herself. Oh, I'm gonna giggle all the way through this one. Okay, here we go. I just check volume levels because we had to turn her down.
We're back. I know that it is bad YouTube behavior to start a video and talk about.
Okay. Buckle up, Nuggets. This one's gonna get funny.
About something that wasn't in the title. But look at this, right? I don't know when you fake ass hair bitches were going to tell me these, right, are overnight curls. Overnight, as in like my hair was dirty and I put it in a twisty thing and I woke up in the morning and this.
Okay, first off, yucky. She's chewing gum while talking. Yucky. I don't like it. I don't appreciate it. No. Full on single white Rachel mode. Oh, it's not quite though, is it? When did Rachel borrow Shanty's Rage lipstick? It's just ever so slightly too muted. It's almost there though. Bare shoulders. Scandalous. You harlot. But in all seriousness, the gum chewing is actually going to annoy me a lot. Yep. Okay.
Is the hair. Are you fucking kidding me? Every single one of you is fake for not DMing me and telling me to buy one of those curling rods earlier. Upon reflection, it turns out that things stayed interesting because Fupa got doxed live on the LCU, and I've decided that we're going to watch it happen. We're not going to watch the whole video. I have gum. One sec. Sorry. Don't know why I started filming with gum. Anyway, yes, Fupa got doxed.
Why did you start filming with gum? I can't help but feel with Rachel that everything is a deliberate choice, and I think she's just rage baiting. Yeah, exactly. She probably did it on purpose. I think so. I do. Getting angry at people's hair. She could have, yeah, absolutely. She could have redone the intro. I do that all the time. I re-record bits over what was already recorded because it wasn't right for, you know, some way, shape or form. Yeah, and see, this is it. Literally, why leave that in the intro? That's what makes me think it's deliberate, because it's been left in the intro. And considering that that intro didn't have anything to do with the actual video, it could have just been cut out. The pause is scary. Do you feel like she's staring into your soul?
So we're going to watch it happen, and it's kind of interesting. Amber makes it about herself. So this is the video we're watching. It's Apathetic Facts, second to last video, and it's a cut of the live stream where Fupa gets doxed, basically, and Amber is a real asshole about it. And it's just kind of an interesting look into Amber's state of mind in the LCU. So let's go. If there are any weird cuts, it's me chopping out bits that are just unbearably boring that I don't want you to sit through. Okay, here we fucking go.
Hey girls, welcome
Hey
back.
girl.
Today's
Thank you.
episode of Bus somehow
Oh god, the AI thumbnails have been a fucking oh wait, no. Oh wait, okay, sorry. I have to talk you through my thought process just then. So I saw this and was like, oh, the AI thumbnails have got crazy. I thought that was supposed to be Emily, but I think that's Gemini, who's the other guy, supposed to be anyway, like an AI picture of Gemini, who's Amber's co-host on this other show that she's starting. I'm fucking screaming because I thought that was supposed to be Emily this whole time, and I've seen this picture like
I'm so sorry. I'm eating lunch and I have food in my mouth. I have something to say. One moment. I apologize. I didn't want to talk in your ear while I was eating food. Does she see Emily everywhere? My first thought upon seeing that was like, who the cluck is that? I don't know who that is. Not, is that Emily? I'm sorry. She's hello Willow. She's just mad because Emily won't leave Amber for I can't make this stuff up. She really has no self-awareness how transparent she and obsessed she is. I don't know if it's that she doesn't have self-awareness. I think she's just okay with it. I really do. I think this is just who she is. She's got Tobbly on the brain. Oh, does she ever joke? Also, hello, Emily lives rent-free in her mind. I don't know if we want to see those images though. I really don't.
4 times, and I thought that was Emily every single time. All these thumbnails they're making on the LCU, it's like, who the fuck is that? None of them look like the people. So fucking lazy, man. Just make faces like a normal YouTuber. Anyway, let's carry on.
manages to go from boring to complete.
I'm gonna turn the volume up, so if it suddenly changes volume, my sincere apologies. I'll try and fix it in the edit. Okay, let's carry on.
Chaotic in the span of like an hour, because not only does Amber get handed a second show, but things very quickly spiral into leaked DMs, doxing, and people trying to scramble and clean it up in real time.
Who would leak a DM? That's so tragic. Leaking DMs is one of the most embarrassing. I'm kidding. I live to leak it.
Yeah, see, this is why I say I do actually think she has self-awareness. She's embraced the lol count. She's fully gone that way, which is very convenient for me. Neo, I am envious. Eating your chocolate Easter bunny. I do not have any chocolate Easter bunnies. They were obscenely expensive, and I just refuse on a moral level to pay that kind of money for a hollow bunny. Nutty. Rachel set up a whole ass bedroom for Emily in her head. Madam. You're not in on the joke, Rachel. You are the joke. She makes a strong case for low empathy psychopathy being born versus only created, considering her stable, comfortable life experience is the limit of her comprehension. You're not wrong. Not at all. Nutty jail. All of the imaginative people in this chat right now just got something. Yeah. Okay, what is this? What is this on the screen? The leaked screenshots again. But don't worry, guys. It's a soft, gentle, healed love now. My goodness. My goodness. Ruad? Am I saying that right? Rude? Rod? Oh dear. Please give me a phonetic. I'm bad at that. Thank you so much for joining the Clucking crew. Thank you so much. I'm sorry I butchered your name. Welcome. There is a Discord waiting for you and some members only videos. Oh, speaking about the members only videos, my nuggets, because they're slowly getting shadow banned, what I've done is in my playlist section, I've actually made a members only video playlist and they all appear there for you. But like if you go to my videos and then go members only, there's only 2 there now. And it's just gradually over time, they're shadow banning more and more. So yeah, keep that in mind. You refuse to buy Easter eggs, but your birthday is always around Easter, so you often get gifted them, which is greatly appreciated. I love that. I think Rachel got news of or jokes about her angry eyebrows because they are now shaved with a band. I am really, really starting to think that she's actually watching everything we cover. Like, there's just been too many coincidences. I can't prove it definitively. It is not objective fact. But I do suspect. So you were all talking about her eyebrows. I don't know. Just saying.
DMs, all fun and games. You guys, it's a whole new era where I don't take Girl World that seriously and I'm having so much more fun.
Love that for you, Rachel. I really do. I'm here for it.
People were concerned about Amber's health. Speak of the devil.
Amberlyn, are you okay? I am truly worried. On yesterday's live stream you had a pretty intense neck spasm. Just wanted to make sure you're okay.
Yeah, I mean, the neck... Oh, I fucked up screen recording, standard. The neck spasm thing is really interesting. There'll be a bit of it happening in this live, so you'll see it in a second.
Lady Savage, I just had to reread that. My husband just gave me the side eye because the funny stuff being said and Vera's contagious laugh. I'm laughing into my fridge. I love that for you. Oh, she has too, but not her touching of her septum? I don't know the names of piercings. Are we deeply analyzing her? It's interesting. Look at her necklace. What's going on with her necklace? Soon she'll say she's just playing a character as well, Vera. She's trolling you. That's okay. I'm fine with it. It makes for interesting watching. So yeah, I love this arc for her. I hope she stays in it. I do have a talent for freeze frames. It's yes. I'm proud of myself.
But yeah, Amber's neck was like bouncing up and down. Like it could be like a blood vessel. I'm not a fucking doctor, I don't know, but it was giving like bad health, which
it was weird. Yeah, I don't know what that was.
You know, I mean, she's what is she, 5'2.5", in my humble opinion, over 600 pounds.
I have food in my mouth. If I have a talent for freeze frames, you all have a talent for super chats while I have food in my mouth. Thank you so much, Amanda. That's really generous. Thank you. Currently covered in DE. I assume you're talking about diatomaceous earth, but the run is clean, the coop is clean, and your son is chasing away Chicken Little, your Bard Rock pullet rooster, from picking on the silky babies. Hope this made you smile. It did. Pullet is for a female who hasn't laid yet, so it's like a teenage hen, and cockerel is for a teenage rooster. But I love that. I love that so much. Thank you. Thank you. Is it a choker? Oh, it is. Single white female. Again. Okay. hear me out with Amber's neck. I think I can somewhat do it too, but it's more of moving your tongue. Oh yeah, moving your tongue around and in the back really fast. So I can do that too. It's like the opposite of that mewing thing that happened, but it just happens so fast. I don't know if I can do it that fast. Vera, you're better than me. I'd never eat while I stream, especially since my subject is Chantel Marie most times. I have no choice. I'm either sitting here, like I either have to have a really early lunch, which upsets my tummy a little bit, or I sit here with my tummy rumbling, and I'm very self-conscious about that, so so I have to just try and like sneakily eat my food. Now, sorry, I don't have text highlights for Twitch at the moment. I'm still trying to get the tech working properly. Honestly, it looked intentional to me. I can do the same thing with my throat. She might have just done it to create drama. Maybe, but it's just so rapid. I don't know. Maybe she just has a weird skill. I don't know. Like, I'm sitting here trying to do it. I know I can't talk while I'm doing it. I can't do it that fast. I really can't. It'd be so funny if I had a camera.
And, you know, the health is going to be bad. She's 36. If you look at, or 35 or 34, I'm not sure. If you look at Foodie Beauty, who's somebody who I'm starting to find more and more interesting, actually, at the moment, she literally got on her electric scooter to scoot from one end of her apartment to the door to collect her DoorDash. That is how immobile Foodie Beauty is. And I think that looking at Foodie is kind of like a really interesting look into Amber's future, because Foodie is like a few years, maybe, I don't know, 5 or 6 years further down the line than Amber is, and her health is horrendous. And I think that's what's going to happen to Amber. And don't get me wrong, she has autonomy. She's free to, you know, end her own life because of her eating habits if she wants to, but that doesn't make it any less sad or any less tragic. I understand the food is addictive and it's purposefully fiddled with to make you addicted to it.
So I actually know somebody in real life. Sorry, one moment. Okay. I actually know somebody in real life who's in this situation and who openly admits that the lifestyle and the diet is a slow motion self-exit. He's very upfront about that. I think it's appalling, personally. I think that it's nothing short of extremely selfish, and I understand that depression, it doesn't follow logic. It really doesn't. But all I can think is, you're doing that. You're putting pressure on the health system. You're putting pressure on those around you for a very, very sustained period of time. And then you're going to just eventually go and expect somebody else, a team, to haul your body out. It's appalling. It's disgusting to think about. And this is why I say I think the decision's been made. Veronica, thank you so much. Veronica Sweden, not to be confused with other Veronica. Yeah. Thank you so much. It's really generous. Me at work watching Vera laying on the couch and eating popcorn, I think I have the best job in the world. It tickles me to no end when all of you get paid to watch me. It's hilarious to me. You're talking about Chantel. So, fun fact. I was in Girl Pleaser's stream like a few weeks ago. Actually, it might have been like a couple of months ago. Time is weird. And I'm like listening to the festivities going on. It was a very entertaining stream. And then she drops the whole poo stain on the sheets. And I'm there in my kitchen listening to this going on, listening to the joking. And I look down and I am making a Nutella braided bread. And it's just... Way to watch what you're eating. That does the trick. Wide ride on Twitch. Boss makes $1. I make a dime. That's why I watch Chicken on Company Time. I love that so much. Yes, old news. Well, this did happen. This did happen, you know, some time ago. Yeah, that's what you mean by not eating while you cover it. Yeah, yeah. It's something else. I do have quite a strong stomach though. Oh no, really? She found moldy KFC under her couch. Oh gosh. Okay, I'm continuing with Rachel.
It, but she you know, saying like, oh, my health is fine and I'm fine. No, at her size, in her body, strange spasms and weird like health symptoms need to be taken seriously, because she could drop at any moment. Like, her arteries will be clogged. Sorry.
But as I was saying, this is kind of the point. The decision's clearly been made because, like, she's continuing to do it. And yes, there is a condition at play, but that condition is what's worsening the depression, which is causing the decision to be made, if that makes sense. Why does she act like she cares? I don't know. I don't know. Oh, she managed to lick a gravy container clean. Did she use her finger or her mouth? Because now I have visuals. Thank you. Thank you. Darkwick's immune. Girl doesn't phase you anymore. You can eat without issue.
Sorry, I know this is morbid, but she's already had cancer once. Like, what the hell is she playing at?
Yes. It's Phantom and the fact that we're going to B Circuit.
The B Circuit thing is a big thing because I'm not a like runner-up type of bitch. I'm a main type of bitch.
See, listen, I am still on the main circuit.
That's true. Only Fupa's not on the main circuit.
Wait, Crypt on A?
Yeah, Crypt is A circuit always. Sorry, Fupa. You didn't make the cut, baby girl.
Ew. Oh, did I say the oh no thing? The Aussie thing? Because you always pop up when I do that. So she did. Foodie has been known to drink gravy like what she is. When it comes to her eating habits, this is what reminds me most. I mean, there are other aspects, but that's what reminds me most of my mother. She eats the same way. The like disgusting, it's all over the mouth and all over the fingers, and then the finger licking and the like, just bleh. And yet I can't look away. Yeah, she did. Last video, Rachel repeatedly said that Amber is going to pass soon, and here she goes again. Yeah, and yet her weight is the least interesting thing about her. Is it? Because you keep talking about it. Yes, the breathing. Yes. Yep. Oh, hey geek. Hi, kinda off topic, but did you hear Amber actually said that it was her mum's fault that she is that big on her most recent live? That's gross. Like, most of us here, I think an extremely large proportion of us here have childhood trauma in different ways, potentially to Amber, but like to blame it all on one person, it's just, at a certain point you need to grow up and take accountability for the choices that you've made in your life. And you are, at the moment where you are in life, is a summation of the choices that you've made. And that's what Amber's done. Yeah, sure, the mother and the trauma may have kicked off the issue, but she's 35. Is she 35? Turning 36? I don't know. She's in her mid-30s. At some point, she needs to stand up and go, yeah, okay, this may not have been my fault initially, but it is my responsibility to take care of it moving forward. And I don't know, like, a thought process that occurred to me when I was first starting to deal with these things and, you know, face being responsible for my own self, I actually had a realization because, Maxie, the corgi, was over visiting, and I take good care of him, of course. He's spoiled when he's here, and the chickens are very well treated, as you can probably imagine, and I've always prioritized my pet's health and, the life that they lead. And I realized that I was treating all of the animals in my sphere better than I was treating my own body. And for me, I started treating my own body the way that I would treat, an animal in my sphere of influence. For me, that really helped. And then, so, I make sure that it's hydrated. I make sure that it's fed with the right food and not overfed, but not underfed either. And make sure that it's being put to bed at an appropriate time and that it's waking up at an appropriate time, things like that. And for me, that helped take responsibility. Oh, okay, Mary. So there's still no childhood trauma, nothing bad with your parents. You're fortunate. Just strange men. Yes. Yep, stay hydrated, everybody. Yeah.
I mean, I think this is kind of interesting a tiny bit. We'll come back to the neck spasm in a second because I think I know it comes up in a minute. But it's interesting because Amber, for all of her negatives and all the terrible things about her and, her bad reputation, she is famous. She's YouTube famous or whatever, girl world famous. And she does have pull when it comes to views and people knowing who she is. It makes sense that she would be on the A circuit and Fupa wouldn't be, because Fupa's only there to be a hater. It is what it is. She's also a MAGA person, so she can fuck all the way off. Fascism is so 100 years ago. Let's all get with it.
Oh, that's why she lost subscribers. So every time Rachel gets political, people don't like it. And I don't even necessarily think it's because it's a good or bad take in people's minds. I think it's just because they don't want to hear American problems from an ignorant Brit, if that makes sense. I'm not aiming that at any other British person in here at the moment. I'm speaking specifically about Rachel. And that seems to be what is resonated, like what goes on in her comment section. They really don't like it. Oh, that's cool. Is your name Fnog? I love it. I find that mindset so helpful. I call it human husbandry instead of animal husbandry. I like that. Infamous. Get it right, Rachel. Exactly, Kaden. Yeah. And so eating well is part of looking after mental health too. And what I was finding when I started treating myself, in that good way that I would treat any pet in my sphere, it of course leaks over into everything else, because if your body is correctly nourished and it's hydrated and it's rested, that means that everything else starts to work better too. At the very least, it gets you thinking clear enough that you can go seek the help you need. But in my case, it just kind of opened up all of the doors. Yeah, especially when UK and Australia each have our own severe failures at the moment. You're not wrong. Yeah, and there's a reason why I don't speak about political things on my channel, because I don't feel that I'm qualified to speak about these things. I think there are a great many people online saying the things that need to be said in a very educated and articulate way, and politics is absolutely a weakness of mine. It's a weakness of Rachel's too. She needs to acknowledge that. Yeah, you were just typing that. Chantel keeps catching slack for the same thing, like shut the cluck up on US politics. Yeah. Yeah. Yes, and that's true too, Furball. Many come to Girl World to escape the real world, so talking politics is a sure way to gather dislikes. Yeah, it is. And I don't feel like this might be a hot take, my nugget, but who the cluck wants to get their political insights and news from Girl World? Anybody? No, go find somebody who is really well versed on it and very educated on it and Yeah, look, it's not me, and I'm upfront about that. It's a weakness. Yeah. And I know that there's probably going to be people, especially in the replay crew, usually not so much live, but there's probably going to be people already starting to type, if not already typed. But silence is, what do they say? Silence is, I don't know, there's like a little catchphrase that people like to use. And no, we're not being silent about it. We're not being delusional about it. We're taking a moment for ourselves to self-care. It's everywhere. It's okay to look after yourself for just a couple of hours on a Friday afternoon or a Thursday night, whatever that may be. It's fine. It's okay. The world will still be there when we're finished this live. And that's what we're doing. But yeah, I'd say this is why she continued to lose subscribers. So yes, thank you. Yes, silence is compliance. No, it's not. Not in this case. We're not putting our head in the sand. We acknowledge it's there. We acknowledge that we can only control within our own sphere of influence. We're just going to take a little bit of time to keep our minds off the shit show that is 2026. You don't think anyone is unaware of the devastation going on in the world? No. And it's everywhere. It really is. Exactly, Teardrop. I believe it was exactly Veerdrop, was it not? Yeah, no, it was definitely the compliance thing. Silence is compliance. It's like saying if you're silent about it and if you're not using your platform to talk about it, then you're basically supporting it. And yeah, I'm not going to sit on my platform and talk about US politics. I have no business doing that. But I will be here to help build you all up and to at least make you hopefully feel better about yourselves leaving than you did coming in. That's my aim. Yeah, you don't even like talking about people's sexuality. I'm with you on that. Or gender identity, because it's not my lived experience. I don't struggle that way, so I'm here for a comedic relief for those who find. Yeah, exactly. Oh, good. Vera streams are my brain break relaxation. I always feel better afterwards. Oh, I'm so glad to hear that. That's my aim. It's like a concept that, sorry, side quest alert. There's a concept that used to really help me because, you know, I've struggled a lot with OCD and anxiety. And when you add the perfectionism on top of it, it tends to be an all or nothing mindset. So it's like everything is shit or everything is good, but that's not actually the state of the world at any given time. There's good things and there's bad things and there's neutral things, and it just all, you know, does that. So a visualization that I used to use was if you have a bucket and you have a whole bunch of marbles of two colors. One is red, and that is all of the bad things happening, and one is green, and that is all of the good things happening. And even if your bucket is completely full of red marbles, and that absolutely sucks, and it's super heavy, and it's awful, at least you can do something that adds a green marble. Because even though the vast majority of the marbles in the bucket are red, it does not negate the fact that there is that one green marble in there. And so I aim to be your green marble for the day. And if I can do that, if I can entertain you, if I can make you laugh, if I can make you reflect or feel improved about yourself in any way, shape, or form, that's great. I've been your green marble. That's my aim. The world has been a shit show since the 1980s. And the end of the world has come and gone. No rapture yet. Your dad was born in 1906 and the world was shit in the 1930s. Yeah, it comes and goes in waves. I once counted all of the apocalyptic events that I had survived, and I think it was into the 50s if you count all of the different ones that have been said. There's been a lot. We have all survived many, many, many apocalypse events. Green marble chicken, yeah. I love that. For a few minutes, take all the red marbles and put them in another bucket. The Clucker bucket. I love that.
The program, and yes, please unsubscribe if you like the orange cheesy fucking fascist what's it. Unsubscribe right now, like seriously. Bye. Sorry, I just love to have my like MAGA cleanse every now and then. Anyway, my point is that
Yeah, it's just not. I mean, it's whether she's saying the right or wrong thing according to your perspective is really not the point. The point is that it's happening at all. She's so fake.
Fupa's not famous, she's only here because of Amber. And let's not lie about it, people watch because of Amber. It's not because they like her, but she does have pull, and that's just the truth. And when you're an internet personality trying to make money on the internet like Amber is, having notoriety and being known matters. So, you know, it's fair enough that she's on the A circuit. She's famous as hell. In a very small section of the internet, she's famous as hell, so, you know, fair enough. I am willing to give Amber her flowers where she kind of low-key deserves them. And, you know, she's been successful on YouTube, and, like, good for her. I'm not going to take that away from her. Doesn't change the fact that she's horrendous and evil and likely killed her cat, but, you know, we won't hold that against her. I'm kidding. We will hold that against her.
So if you guys don't know,
I really don't like the word evil. It's such a black and white way of looking at things. And to clarify, I do think that there are some evil people who have walked this planet. I just, to me, evil seems like it should be way at one end of the spectrum of complete and utter bad. Amber's done some really horrible shit. I don't know if I would go so far as to call her evil when in relation to, for example, the stuff that was happening on a certain island, right? I don't know. Hey LV, you're good. We, in almost an hour, we've gotten through 6 minutes of footage. Oh, this is bad even for us. Oh, random thought, is Rachel's red lipstick like Foodie with red lipstick? Oh, we're gonna get an extra bitchy ragey maybe? Ah, that's a good point. And actually, so I will just put out there too, obviously I'm not from the US. I've never even been to the US. I only know of your culture via, you know, media and talking to you all and things like that. So I am interested to hear how that reflects on the US nuggets, because MAGA cleanse is very performative coming from a Brit. Why isn't she talking about her own opinions on British politics? Why specifically the American right wing and not the British right wing? Yeah, right? LV, you missed Rachel being political, so nothing important. Vera, we're here for your takes. Not Rachel, she's the coleslaw rotting in the corner. Oh, dear. Yeah, was an interesting point.
I will be starting a second show tomorrow, Locale Hero with Gemini, and I'm so fucking excited. It'll be 3 p.m. Central, so 4 p.m. Eastern type deals.
Yeah.
I don't believe that she's going to wake up in time to do that show. 3 p.m. Are you kidding me? That's bedtime.
Excited.
I heard.
Going against Queens.
Is he going against Queens?
Yeah.
It is.
Oh no, That's not as good news. I think.
It's okay.
Are you sure?
Just to be clear, I think for those of you who don't know, I'm sure you do, but I think by going against, they mean it's on at the same time as Queens, so viewers of the LCU will have to choose which show to watch. I wonder which one they're going to pick.
Yeah,
Are you
because
sure that's fine?
Because listen, this show is about.
Actually, that's an interesting move on Keem's behalf. Very interesting. So I didn't realize that Heroes was on at the same time as Queens. I'm not watching this shit. I cannot watch this shit. It really damages my mental health. I find it tolerable via Rachel, but and only because she can be a focus. But that is an interesting decision on Keem's behalf, because Keem's vision wants to be able to have 24-hour coverage of a long cow show, which is kind of like in the vein of the way, cable networks used to work, right? Back when we had like Foxtel and things like that. And it is a clever idea. What sucks is it's a clever idea. I would so love if I had the pull to be able to create that in Girl World, but not like under one, dictator that is Keem, but like all running independently, but just on a timetable. Anyway, that aside, I don't have that kind of pull. It is a good idea, but by scheduling heroes at the same time as Queens, which is a popular show, that seems very deliberate to me. I see you, Keem. I see you playing games. I do. You should watch Zachary Michael's new video today about her new show. He paid himself for every 5 minutes and couldn't even get 30 minutes into it. I've been, prior to my little hiatus from watching the content, I had been watching a lot of Zachary Michael. I like his style. Watch both at the same time to speedrun brain rot. Actually, do you know something that I've noticed that's funny? During this time slot, Charlie Gold streams a lot, and we overlap a little bit usually on this particular day. And so, of course, I watch all of Charlie Gold's lives, but when I'm streaming, I need to be on the replay. And I notice that we both have the same people in our chats at the same time. I don't know how you manage it. I think it's amazing. I could not focus. Oh, I'm so sorry. Yes, I misgendered. I apologize. They do have on their YouTube channel that it is they, them, he, him. So yeah, I do apologize. I was aware of that and failed. Stop making me choose, Viadrop.
This one's more like intense, whatever, but I want Hero to be more like just like laid back, like hanging out. We're gonna have fun. There's gonna be like a little bit of dramas type deal, but
So does that suggest that this show is like really hard work? This show is the show she shows up and puts in a shift, but that show she's just going to sit there and talk. Girl, that's all you do.
She should be doing that on her own channel. She should be investing back into her own channel. Getting another show on the LOLcow universe, that's not good. Poor Rachel is just begging to be acknowledged, but here we are talking about everything except her. Sorry, Vera, side quest. I'm always here for a side quest. Any helpful rants about getting over ingrained shame that makes it hard to do the things you would want to improve in your life? Your rant at Amber is stuck in your head. Do you mean it makes it hard, ingrained shame? So you feel shame about doing the things that you need to improve, in the sense that you feel like you're not worthy enough to do to take the time to look after yourself. Am I interpreting that correctly? Nuggets of wisdom. So what I can say, anytime for anything really, anytime you're coming up against programming or negative internal thoughts, shame that everything bad is my fault and I have to fix it before seeking help. Oh, is that like, sorry, like losing weight before you go to the gym? So I think it's important to meet yourself where you are and acknowledge, look, this is my current state of being, and that's okay for today. Tomorrow, or for the rest of the day, I'm going to make sure that I don't feel that way again. These things, by the way, Kex, and for anybody else who's applying these, there's no secret epiphany, there's no secret button, there's no secret pill that is just going to fix the thought process. The only way to fix a damaged thought process is to begin practicing the beneficial thought process. So it's almost like when you're doing the things, you've got to catch those really fast internal thoughts, and sometimes they can be clucking, fleeting. And it's just these horrible things that we tell ourselves that are not at all beneficial. And like, so for example, your example is factually inaccurate, right? And if you can intellectualize that, that's a really big step. Yes, or you have to get healthier before going to the doctor. Yeah. So that thought process is objectively incorrect, right? So if you can acknowledge that a thought is incorrect, that's where you need to start practicing the correct thought process. And every time you catch that thought, it's really important to stop yourself and go, this is the actual state of things. So for example, I'll use the getting healthier before going to the doctor. You've caught yourself saying, I need to do that. Then you say, no, that's not correct. The correct thing is, if I need to go to the doctor, that's important. I'm going to go to the doctor. And then you practice the action. It's really just a constant catching of things. At first, when you're first trying to correct the thought, it can be really challenging and it can be really hard work for quite a while. But eventually, the practiced corrected thought is the thought that takes over. Does that make sense? I hope I'm articulating this correctly because everybody's gone very quiet. Imagine Vera saying, do the clucking thing. Yeah, sometimes, unfortunately, when we're trying to improve our state and when we're trying to do the right things for ourselves, sometimes it has to be just brute force, and you're going to be uncomfortable doing that brute force. Like, for example, forcing yourself to go to the doctor even though you haven't, quote, gotten healthy before it. It's going to be uncomfortable. You're going to probably feel some level of anxiety or guilt or shame about it, but do it anyway and allow yourself to witness yourself overcoming that negative thought process. So long story short, you need to just put in the practice. It's a practiced skill. Everything is a practiced skill. Think of it like, I don't know, you're trying to learn how to throw a basketball into a hoop from the 3-point line. I don't know if I said that right. Why did I go to a sports analogy? But like, you practice it, right? You stand there and you throw and you throw and you throw, and you every now and then witness yourself getting it in. And so it's the practiced skill. And thought processes are no different. It's a never-ending rabbit hole. It always feels like that, but when you can catch it, you'll get really good. Yeah. The most important thing, though, when you're practicing trying to get around a negative thought process like that is don't let yourself off the hook, not even once. Commit to yourself that you are going to practice the skill every single time it comes up. So my personal example of that, if this resonates with anyone, my mother instilled a great deal of fear in pretty much attempting anything at all, even to the point where I couldn't even color in a coloring book because I was fearful of criticism. I was fearful of failing. I was fearful of being told or scolded that I was doing it wrong. It's just everything like that. And so it was a really big process to try and face the fears, to stop feeding my fear monster, and do it every single time relentlessly without fail, because every time I let myself off the hook, every time I let myself slip, the fear became more difficult to fight the next time. And when you're in a phase of trying to correct that, you really can't afford to let it slip. You can't let yourself off the hook knowingly. I mean, you can't go, oh, I've had that thought, oh, I'll just let it slide. No, you have to do it. And so even to this day, even though I've gotten to the point now where I can do things without fear, because for a while I was doing things with fear. I'm doing things now without fear, but every time I catch a little fleeting thought of like, oh no, I don't want to do that, then it's like, cluck, now I have to go do it. And the song parody was like that for me. I'd thought of it and I'm like, oh, that would be so funny. I've got to do that. And then it's like, oh no, I don't want to sing. I don't want to play guitar on the internet because that's a fear. And then it's like, cluck. Now I have to do it. And so I did it. Does that make sense? So yeah, a lengthy side quest. I apologize. But yeah, it is literally just practicing the skill over and over and over. You still have that song stuck in your head? I've got another one planned. You resonate so strongly with my experience. I'm sorry. As a daughter/mother dynamic, and well said, you articulate this so well. I'm the same, constantly vigilant to patterns and healing strategies. Yeah. Yeah, there will be another parody coming very, very shortly. Very shortly. But I hope that helped, Kex.
No,
Sorry, there's not a magic fix. Sorry, there's not some epiphany I can give you. It's just like, yeah, no, you just need to get through it. You just have to. Oh, thank you, everyone. Yep. I guess you need to call the dang doctor. You do. And challenging those thoughts for fact is important too, because, like, doctors are used to seeing all kinds of people. They really are. They're not going to see you as any special exception. There's not going to be any extra, criticism or judgment put on you. It's just, they're just doctors. They'll meet you where you're at, just as you need to meet yourself where you're at. And especially if it's something that you really need to see the doctor for. Absolutely. Yeah, you think it's good to be able to nip negative thoughts in the bud as quick as you can so it can't ruin you in that moment. And by practicing, getting better and quicker at it. Exactly. And it can be challenging when you're the person that's come from either childhood trauma, or if you've got some sort of anxiety disorder or depressive disorder, anything like that. It can be really challenging when you first start practicing these skills, because you've probably had many, many, many years of practicing the thought that doesn't serve you. You have years of practice behind you. So when you first start to practice the correcting of the thought, it can be a lot, but it's worth it. And it does go away eventually. It does take time though, and diligence and commitment to yourself to change it. Oh, I love that, Jensen. You're strong even for recognizing there's room for improvement. That is so it. Like, if you're already at the point where you can rationalize that there is room for improvement, you have already, overcome a massive hurdle in your life. A lot of people don't even get to that point. A lot of people. Oh, really? Even this last week, it's been you're too young to have those health problems from your mum. Oh, that is Well, firstly, that's a nasty thing to say, but secondly, it's a not factual thing to say at all. Like, young people get traditionally quote unquote older adult problems all the time. It's probably a genetic thing, I'm guessing. And no. Amanda, thank you so much. Oh, I love this. Oh, thank you. It's not our fault the hands were dealt or the abuse suffered. It's our responsibility to pick up the pieces. Side note, my son keeps saying, talking chicken in the corner. Hello, I am talking. Yes, it's exactly right. And what I mean by saying meet yourself where you are right now. Acknowledge that that's where you've gotten to. That's fine. Now we're going to move forward. No problem, girl, please. Thanks so much for coming in. I appreciate you. Oh, yeah, exactly. Oh, another Veronica. Hello, Veronica Ray. 27 with high cholesterol. It is genetic. Yeah, no, it's... there have been, like, cross-country runners with high cholesterol. So sometimes things are just things. And there's no greater meaning to it. But yeah, do the thing, Kex. Do the clucking thing. I promised merch of that too. I'm sorry I failed. It will be. I will. I'm behind.
I just want to have fun again.
I'm seeing a comment here in the chat. Thick Gemini is legit the worst person in the LCU. Look, Gemini has a history. Amber Lynn has a history, okay? Two people with a history going together, it's going to be like peas in a pod, okay?
Yeah.
Now,
Poopa, how do you feel about me having a second show?
I'm just pausing. Her having a history, girl, sure, I suppose you could word it as she has a history, but what she's actually got is like a proven record of like animal abuse, significant, like harmful lying, physical and mental and emotional and financial abuse on all of her partners.
I forgot about Rachel. We got too deep in our side quest. I love it though. I love the side quest so much. I was thinking of giving chapter markers when we do side quests as well. Yeah, Neo on Twitch said it's the same techniques used to get over anxieties. It is. It's all just a practice skill. All of it. The same applications can be used for anything that's not serving yourself. Hello. Hey, Miriam. I love it. I love that. I like that you did that. But yeah, I'll put a chapter marker too, because I think sometimes we have these really good conversations and they're always spontaneous. And yeah, I think it'd be cool to have a chapter marker. I'll try and remember.
Many of her partners, a string of exes who accuse her of incredibly indecent behaviour, inappropriate behaviour. Indecent might not be the right word. And she's going to sit there and be like, oh yeah, it's a history. Me and Gemini are peas in a pod. I don't know what Gemini's done, but if it's comparable to what Amber's done, then can't be good.
Oh.
Dumb, because you can't even do this show half the time, so it's dumb.
Vato locos, we chill with the crew.
That is actually one of the biggest concerns people have been posting in the Discord and online. Do you suspect that now that Amber has Hero, that she's going to put in a lot less effort here on Bus?
Probably.
I don't think it's possible to put in less than nothing.
Amber, what do you think about that?
Well, she already admits she's put more effort.
Oh, I love that, Heather. Sorry, we're still on the side quest. Also remembering practice and healing is not linear. It is so not linear. And constant progress, but to be loving to yourself in between. Absolutely. And that's why I say, you know, those fleeting thoughts, the things you say to yourself, sometimes they're very hard to catch. And like, for example, if you're tired or sick or things like that, sometimes you might not be as diligent to catch them. Why I say you need to be really honest with yourself and not let any of them slide is what I mean by saying you're conscious that the thought has happened. And to a point, you do want to try and catch the subconscious ones, but you start with the conscious ones first. Much more important than Rachel's nonsense. Agreed.
effort into this second show. She's committed to having pre-show meetings an hour before they go live, which is something Tech and Fupa could never get Amber to do, and that was a huge point of contention.
But also, it's not going to happen, because if that show starts at 3, having a meeting an hour before you go live means that she would have to be up, dressed, makeup done at 2 p.m. That is not going to happen.
Clearly going to be a lot more willing on this second channel, because it's just her and her best friend.
I don't put in much effort anyway, so it's probably going to stay the same.
T.
Okay.
I think that might be the most honest thing she's ever said.
Look. By the way,
I'm hungry.
look, chat is saying I should be bullying Amberlynn Reed.
Does anyone know when Emily was supposed to have gone home? I think she's already left, hasn't she? I'm pretty sure.
Right.
I said yesterday, me and Amber need to have a conversation off stream to go over what are the actual boundaries. Because look, there are some things that I have questions about. Not that I want to bully Amber, but I do want to like address some of the news stories about.
I love that. We should have a healing stream to hell with Rachel. I will always derail whatever we're watching. If all of you ever want to have those sorts of conversations, I'm more than happy to side quest as the main event. Because sometimes you all ask some really good questions and other people can learn from it too. Not to mention, on a selfish note, it also helps me because when I'm constantly talking about it, it's reinforcing the information to me as well. Oh, I love that, Kex. Have you called the doctor? That's probably the middle of the night. I love that. I really do. Sometimes we have to do things uncomfortable, scared, or just generally feeling off. Viva la side quest.
About her, right?
I mean, yeah, that makes sense. She's an internet personality. She's on a show. You're the co-host and wrangler. So you should be addressing these stories. And they're going to keep coming up because they always do. Granted, they've been a lot more dull since we've been in the LCU. In his role as, you know, the showrunner, Tech does need to be giving the people more of what they want, which is asking Amber questions.
Thank you so much, Creeds. You caught me with food in my mouth. You've been a member. Oh, you've been a Clucker for 3 months. Thank you. You can pull someone out of a spiral. Such an amazing gift. Thank you. That means a lot to me. Probably possible because I have experienced many a spiral myself. Mama Chuckin. I love that. Thank you, Creeds.
And pushing her. And I would say the LCU arc was far more interesting near the beginning when the hosts were actually, you know, causing drama and asking Amber the difficult questions.
I put food in my mouth again. Be like, water baby, thank you so much. Long day finished 2 pallets of pavers. Now a hot cat? I think. Wow. That's impressive. That's really impressive. Are you on the... No, you're... Yeah, are you in the Discord? You should share photos.
Now it's just assimilated into bullshit, which is why I think everybody's struggling to cover it.
Southern Bonita, I had not put food in my mouth. Thank you so much for gifting a membership. Congratulations, Veronica Ray. You are now a Clucker. There are members only videos and a Discord if you want it. Thank you so much. Okay, I may take another bite now.
Obviously, there's a huge community of detractors that go against Amberlynn, and the online space is always talking about the newest shit that they bring up. And it'd be nice for her to have this as a platform to address this shit so that they don't, you know, just get to run the narrative. Will that mean she has to answer tough questions? Yes. Will it mean that I'll be biased towards her? Hopefully not. I don't want to keep...
I mean, it is going to be biased towards her, of course, because it's the platform she's on, but it wouldn't have to be. If they had a showrunner who was willing to ask the difficult questions that need to be asked, then there would be no need for it to be biased. I mean, don't get me wrong. Everybody has a measure of bias, right? It's pretty impossible to put that to one side, but you could be more critical with Amber than these people are. I think that the beauty of Amber's own channel was that she was able to address everything as it came up, and she could monetize that for her own benefit.
I am so sorry, you are all far more interesting than Rachel. Darkwick, I love that. Also being able to sit with discomfort of stepping outside your comfort zone is the first step to moving forward and up and up and up. That is so true. Comfort zones are actually a really dangerous thing to get into because it holds you where you are and freezes you at that point. And while sometimes that can be really good for, like, you know, like I'm doing with Gilmore Girls, for example, I know I need a little mental rest from the shenanigans of Girl World. Gilmore Girls is a comfort zone, but I am not going to stay in that comfort zone. I'm just going to use it while I need it and then continue on. But we should really get comfortable with discomfort, and that is a really important part and a really, really solid message, Darkwick. Exactly, Beer Drop. Yeah, it is. And the discomfort, I will say, once you practice being uncomfortable all the time, stops being as uncomfortable. It's kind of frustrating to me sometimes because I can't express to you all how bad I used to be, like how badly controlled and frozen by fear I used to be. You can't see that because this whole channel, like 4 years ago, could not have been a thing. It just couldn't have. The live streams could not have been a thing because the turmoil that I would have experienced before the live streams, absolutely not. And so you don't get to see that, but I've been through all of this. I really have. It was very bad. A reprieve, not a state of being. Girls never comes from a place of comfort. Yeah, Creeds. That's pretty much your trauma can be a gift one day. That's what I'm trying to do. You think half of you get it? I hope so. Thank you. I feel seen. Yes. Miriam, and I think that this is a really appropriate comment for all of the girls of Girl World as well. Sometimes if you stay in your comfort zone for too long, it gets smaller and smaller, or at least that's your experience. And like using Eugenia as an example there, you know, going through her history and the deep dives that I've been doing, she used to go out and interview people randomly on the street. She used to do collabs. She was very out there, and gradually over time, she's indulged in her comfort zone and her condition in her comfort zone, which is a particularly insidious combo. And her world has gotten smaller and smaller and smaller until it's pretty much just that clucking pink couch. And you don't want to get to that stage. It's absolutely possible to get out of that stage, but the further in you let yourself be with your comfort zone, the more practice and more work it's going to be to get out of it. Once you heard comfort kills, it helped you change your life. Yes, get uncomfortable with discomfort. How do you think? I did 2 pallets today, 5 years of hard work. I love that. And be like Water Baby. I'm experiencing an equal thing to that with the caravan. I cannot believe some of the skills that I've had to learn for that thing. And I'm doing it. And just like you're doing it. Yeah, we're clocking awesome. And can I just say too, at the end of it, when you've done all of the practicing and you've gotten rid of all of those thoughts that don't serve you, you can actually stand up and be proud of the adult that you are. That is a feeling that I would wish on everybody to experience. It is so liberating. It's powerful. Yes, if you're on the wrong train, get off the soonest stop. Don't wait till the end of the line, because you can still get off at the end of the line. It's going to take you a lot longer to get back to where you need to be. You believe the universe only gives you what you're capable of handling. The only, I think that's good if you're taking it for how you mean it. My old self would have interpreted that I couldn't handle anything. So long as you're taking that literally, action still matters. Vera's not so secret ability to pause at the worst time strikes once again. Well, tech looks okay.
She built a successful brand addressing controversies. That's what she's always done. That's what she was known for. And now on the LCU, she's kind of behind this platform. She's one step further back from the audience. So she's able to avoid and deflect and not have to be pushed and answer every question, because she's not personally reading the live stream chats, or I don't know, she's just got this kind of like distance from the audience that she didn't have on her own channel. But she was fake as fuck in both, you know, she lied.
Tech looks okay because I didn't pause it.
There, she's lying here, so maybe it doesn't matter which platform we get her on, I don't know. The addressing of controversy is Amber's brand, so she is going to have to start doing it at some point, or this is going to continue to go down the toilet.
Keep making Amber cry. I personally don't like it. I don't know if Amber likes it. Amber, do you like being made to cry?
No.
Probably not. Yeah,
I'll
so
make
let,
Amber cry.
yeah. If
Let's
you
make
had
Fupa cry instead.
Yeah, Fupa, if you had less Botox, you'd be crying.
You know what you might cry about though? Whatever Phantom's about to reveal in them DMs.
Oh, the irony of this statement from Amber.
Yeah, I went back and looked through my DMs. He has nothing. Sorry.
Does he have anything?
Yeah.
Amber, your neck thing, right? We have to talk about your neck thing. What do you think that was? Because there was a number of people suggesting some crazy shit.
I know exactly what it was, and I'll show you.
I just realized that I look at Rachel the way Rachel looks at Amber. That slight kind of, I'm ambiently disgusted. You've overcome so much that when you see something new, you want to try to think, I have the strength and capability to overcome it. Yeah, I love that. I personally have adopted a not thinking about things excessively ahead of time, which I know is not good for some people, but just you follow me. Anxiety issues. I don't think about things excessively or plan things excessively. I just do them on the night. It's freeing. Can't possibly look that smug. Oh, it's not really the smugness. It's there's a very slight kind of lip curl that she's got going on that I'm looking at Rachel in the same way.
You could play it just so you know, because my girlfriend was flipping through TikTok and it popped up on her TikTok. People.
Right, let's talk about Emily's TikTok. Amber asked for.
Let's talk about Emily. Is anybody surprised? We're going to talk about Emily, my nuggets. Yeah, like disgusted. That's yeah.
For it, right? So here we are. Emily has a TikTok. This is the picture. Somebody sent me a really funny theory about this picture, by the way, which was
Does not miss a chance to look at a picture of Emily.
that Emily had to take the picture with Amber in the back seat because Amber couldn't physically fit in the seat next to her. Could be the case, not sure. I also think that Emily probably has a humiliation kink, or part of the whole kind of weight thing where she loves huge people is to do with power and dominance and humiliation and all of that. And I think having a photo where your girlfriend looks horrible is probably part of that. But it was revealed that Emily follows one of Amber's haters on TikTok. So that was quite funny. And this guy, I can't remember what their name is. I don't have TikTok. Well, I have it, but I don't use it. So I can't remember what the person's name was. But there are videos where this person talks about Amber, and it turns out that Emily follows that person. Now, another YouTuber, not going to say who, DM'd Emily on TikTok and asked her about this, and she replied, and she claimed that it was an accidental follow, that she didn't know who this person was. Deep down,
Oh, nuggets. I accidentally subscribed to Rachel today. I did. I unsubscribed. But yes, accidental? Yes. Yes, the lurkers are appreciated too. Absolutely. I resonate with lurkers. I am a lurker in my personal life. I appreciate you. I see you there, and you are important too. But yeah, absolutely speak up if you want to. Or don't if you don't. Enjoy this the way you want to. Betrayal of the highest degree. Oh no. It was an accident. My finger slipped. How does Rachel know what's in Emily's DMs? Or am I reading too much into that statement? I don't know. She talks very confidently about knowing the inner workings on the reg. I don't know. What about the predatory content Rachel accidentally followed? Yeah, the daddy something stuff. I've forgotten what it's called now. The like little girl and daddy stuff. Yeah. Yes, I think so too. She does. I actually think analyzing the certain predilections that are on the table between the two of them, like Rachel and Emily, there's a fair amount going on. I think they're layered, but I don't think that they're that different. They're not too far apart, just with one notable difference. Rachel is making things weird. I love it. Yeah. DDLG. Yeah. Oh, yes, that's right. Yeah. Yep. There's a lot of shock going on. It was legit. There were screenshots and everything.
I've said this before, I said it in my last video. I think that Emily hates Amber. Deep down, she's disgusted by her and she hates her, and she's secretly waiting for her to sabotage their relationship, for Amber to sabotage it by screwing up with her behaviour. And I think that is why Emily keeps haters kind of on the back burner. She follows them, she has them on Instagram, because she knows at some point she's going to need to reach out to somebody to spill the tea, because it's a cycle. She loves the humiliation and sharing the stuff, and I think it goes round and round for her. Everything's fine.
I actually kind of agree. I do think it is a cycle that Emily goes through, but Rachel, you've inserted yourself into that cycle and now you are a part of it, whether you like it or not. But you do like it. I know you like it.
Fine between her and Amber, and then Amber annoys her, and then she does something to lash out, and it sort of goes in this cycle, right? So I know at some point we are going to probably get more from Emily, because that's just the way that the cycle goes. But
she wants it to be her. Do we think it will be her? What do we think? Okay, in chat. Emily, I would agree, is likely to contact a reaction channel again at some point. Who do you think it's going to be? Do you think it's going to be Rachel? Do you think it's going to be Snowflake again? Do you think it's going to be a new variant, somebody extra exciting? We just have a storm rolling in. I'm just going to close the window. I'll let this play and I'll be right back.
Speaking of Emily's TikTok, that just made me think of that. So yeah, she was revealed as following one of Amber's haters, and I don't think it was an accidental follow. I reckon she did that on purpose. She knows exactly what she's doing. I think Emily is significantly smarter than Amber, and she's playing the long game here.
Thinking that I like glitched out.
You recreate it.
Sorry about that. We've had crazy weather all month. I do have a chicken snack crew video filmed. I had to try and get it around the rain, and there are wet silkies, fully wet silkies. So if like, Geordie, you swear you think Rachel wants to sleep with Emily, I don't think that's a hot take. I really don't. I agree. Oh no, it's not the fun kind of rainstorm. No, it's a windstorm. They get scary. You think probably male this time, maybe Snowflake again? Oh yeah, absolutely. Joke. You think Rachel wants Emily to message her? She's been baiting it. I agree. I think this is all in service of trying to get Emily's attention, all of it. And a little bit of money on the side probably doesn't hurt. The storm to the complaint file. Creeds, that complaint file's getting mighty chunky. You think Emily would want it to be Snowflake, but Rachel might be the easiest option. Also, I think it depends on what state Emily's in, because if she was aiming to try and hurt Amber the most, I think Rachel would be it.
We'll see.
Is that a heart murmur? Is she going to like some type of cardiac?
So Emily said, Fupa said, can you recreate it? And she goes, we'll see, but she doesn't recreate it. It's that spasm thing in her neck. She can't recreate it because she can't actually do it herself. In a minute, you'll see it starts to happen and it's really obvious that she's not doing it. It's like involuntary. Otherwise, she'd go, look, I can do it, and then do it to camera. But she can't, so it's really funny. Keep watching.
Cardiac arrest? Like, oh, her blood pressure.
I'm still sitting here trying to do it. Sometimes I'm very grateful that I don't show myself on camera. I cannot get it to that speed, but with a little bit of practice, I have managed to get it faster. So I don't know. Chunky complete file. Yeah, right, Pat Ray? It reminds you of FFG with Foodie again. It's too close. It's far too close.
Pressure must be. What was it? Do you know?
It was me.
How?
I could do it myself.
It was a
Do it
demon.
right now, then.
Sorry. Okay, I gotta be honest. I have a cold sore.
No worries. And no one can see it.
I can.
I'm not going to get into all of this cold sore herpes
Oh, well, better touch it with your bare hands then. Good job.
bullshit. I barely understand it myself. I don't give a fuck if she has a cold sore. Cool. Like, you know, she let her cat out, by the way. You're worried about a cold sore? Wait till you find out about her stealing Beck's inheritance.
It hurts. Okay. Are you guys ready?
Yeah.
Oh, she is doing it.
Okay, I didn't believe it until I put them side by side and matched their speed, and now I can see it.
I don't know how she gets it. Sorry, I'm completely immersed in this chin thing now. Hers is off to the side. I don't know how she gets it sideways. Is anybody else sitting here doing this? Am I the only weirdo sitting here doing this? Yeah, good point. If she's done it since she was a kid. Yeah, like a practiced thing. Yes, you're not wrong. You sense possessiveness. So disturbing. It really is. We're all sitting here trying to be frogs. Fun fact, Katy Perry can also do it. You tried, you can't do it. It is literally the opposite of the mewing thing, because if you can push it out and down, you can also suck it up as well. Okay, sometimes we have conversations here and I'm like, my job is really weird sometimes. You've been doing it. But can anybody do it sideways? Like, hers is slightly to her left. I can only do it central. I don't know.
Hey, what is that? What are you doing? Are you like scratching the inside of your throat with your tonsils? What the fuck?
No, I'm moving this muscle.
Someone said
That's
I actually, if I have to define it for those who aren't doing it or can't do it, basically what I feel like is happening is you're leveraging your tongue at the top of the roof of your mouth and you're pushing, because you know how your tongue is a massive muscle that kind of curls around on itself and sits at the base of your jaw. If you leverage and push the tip of your tongue up to the top of your mouth, you can actually push the rest of the tongue muscle down. And yeah, that's why I say I don't know how she can do it sideways, because like the tongue is a central muscle. I don't know. What are we talking about?
the only muscle in her body that gets any use, it would seem. Guys, I'm not a doctor. I have no clue if that was voluntary or not, but it looks concerning. And even if it's not, like, the elephant in the room is, you know, her size and her health. We don't need to necessarily worry about a spasm in her neck. I mean, I don't fucking...
Oh, what? The least interesting thing about her? Yeah? That? Okay.
know what it shows. It might show nothing. I think more concerning to me is her BMI of 104.
oh, it's a bullfrog mating call.
It's just when I was younger, I realized I could move muscles that other people can't, and that was one of them.
Yeah?
Yeah. Someone just said, then why were you shocked and grabbed your neck? Like, I just proved to you that I did it like I could do it on my own. Like I literally have proof, and you still call me a liar.
Just because, yeah, but also just because you can do it on your own doesn't mean it wasn't necessarily happening involuntarily. Also, if you see something moving and then she goes like that, yeah, it does kind of seem like she's like shocked by it. And look at this face I've paused on. Love this. Sorry if you just heard a WhatsApp noise, by the way. But yeah, her health is horrendous, and we'll.
Oh, I thought that was me. See, okay. The other day, I'm going to call LV out. The other day, I was recording my, the last video I just did on the lawsuit for Eugenia and TikTok. And I was talking to LV on Instagram through it, and the notifications came through all my recordings. Like a creator should, I went back and reiterated what I just said and edited out the notification sound. Like, why wouldn't you just do that? Oh no, French, you're gonna make me feel self-conscious. People always say that about me. Can you guys wiggle your ears? I figured out how when I started wearing glasses. I can. More so my right one than my left one.
You'll know that.
Okay.
You're so pathetic.
All right. Now, I don't know how often you go to the doctor, but if it was a real thing, if it wasn't something that you tried to do and it just happened, would you bring this up to them? Yeah, because
yes, they know all of my health history.
I'm obsessed with the way he's speaking, and she's like, it's like happening while he's talking. It's really embarrassing. It looks like, I don't know, it doesn't look like she's doing it on purpose to me.
Okay, because I'm seeing you do it again.
No, I know, French. I know you're talking about Amber. It's just, if people are going to complain about my voice, that's what they complain about. It's super fun when you start creating on the internet, because you come to the internet with your own set of insecurities, and then over time people observe things and you walk away with more, new and inventive ones that you hadn't considered before.
Medical workers.
I'm seeing you do it right now, and it's not as fast as it was.
I can do it slow, I can do it fast, however you want me to do it, I can do it. Wait.
I don't know, man. I think that she's about to make a childish joke about, fuck's sake. Yeah, I don't know. I reckon that might be involuntary. It's just very odd the way, like, the timing of it.
Hey, yo.
That sounded...
So
See
let's
you,
talk about
LV.
some things, right? Hero obviously is going to be your show in the morning. Or
That's not in the morning, but what?
I mean, 2 p.m. for Amber is the morning.
the morning for you, right? Because you're usually waking up around 3 p.m. my time, which is what, 6 p.m. EST.
Mm-hmm.
Are you going to be able to do a
No.
show at that time?
No, I wake up a couple hours earlier than that. But yeah,
Foopity believe that?
me and Gemini already planned. Our meetings are going to be an hour before the show. And we're going to make a good show.
She's such an arsehole. I don't understand how one can be so very smug. Like, she's so smug.
Yes. Sometimes things are said and I'm just like, do you hear yourself? No, I'm sure she's rage baiting. I'm sure. Here's what I think. I think she watches what we say. I think she watches these videos. I can't prove it. I just have a feeling. There's been a few too many coincidences. I think she watches. And I think she's playing up the hypocrisy angle. Hey, there is rain. Can you hear the rain? Oh, there you go. ASMR. Another side quest point, it tickles you that I reckon is a Brit Aussie vernacular. Is that not a thing? I reckon. I thought that, I didn't realize that was an Australianism or a Britishism. The freeze frame on both of them. Yeah, she's exactly like Amber, thinking she's subtly trolling her critics. Honestly, I mean, if we're not going to do the growth arc, which in all honesty, I really was hoping for her to do, I like to see people grow. And if that means that I lose somebody interesting to cover, well, that's what it means. I don't care. I would rather see people grow. But in the absence of that growth, if she wants to play around and have a little back and forth with trolling, well, fine. It just makes it more interesting. This stuff that she's doing is fun to cover. So that's why I say she's fully lent into the lol cow. And yeah. It's on the windows. There's a windowsill next to me. Little rain pitter-patter. You say you reckon in the South? Yeah. Oh, it's a southern thing in the States. That's cool. That's cool. No problem, Fnarg. I love your name. It's fun. Thanks for coming in. Thought you said the gross arc. Oh, give her time. If she's gonna go full girl, there might be a gross arc.
And her life is so sad. It's really odd. It's like she has to maintain this kind of narcissistic bravado in her mind so that she doesn't actually face how heartbreakingly shit her life is.
That's exactly what she said last time Gemini was on Bus, when it was just him and Amber hosting together, and ironically, that ended up being their worst performing stream since she's been there.
Yeah, because the thing is, she's not entertaining. She needs somebody to guide her and make her interesting. She, on her own, is dull, and we know that. I mean,
Now, here's a question. Why can I say Fnarg and pronounce the R, but I struggle with girl world? What? Girl world. Nikki T can say it. Girl world.
saw it on her own channel. What's happening here is that she is under the illusion that her pull and her interest is because of her personality. It's not. People watch because they don't like her because of her behaviour. It's not because she's actually funny or entertaining, and she seems to think it is. Her and another person who is also massively hated making a show won't get the same number of views and attention because people don't want to see her in her narcissistic goddess era. They want to see her getting questioned and pushed, as we all know. I've said this a million times.
All right.
That means bus meetings are at 6.
The bus meetings? I wish the bus meetings were a thing at all.
Yeah, same.
No. You don't get to say fucking same, dog. I said.
do.
Are we going to side quest about Aussie pronunciation? Okay, so here's what I think is going on, because I find where different accents place their speech, like in relation to their chest, head, and throat, is fascinating. It is so fascinating. So what I think is going on is that when I pronounce my R's with my current accent is I throw them back to the back of my throat, which is what you're hearing with the oh no, it's at the back of my throat. And when you try to say that with girl, I think the L is difficult to then follow up with that. But I think what Americans do is throw the R to the front of their mouth, so it's more like a girl. Does that sound right? Girl world. But it's a real focus thing for me to keep it there because it's not innate. Does any of this matter at all? Is any of this delighting anybody? That sounds correct. Girl world. There we go. Oh yes, but I have to throw it way to the front. It's very difficult. Ah hits the roof of the mouth. Girl. I can't. People like tuning in right now going, what the cluck? Aussie side quest, we say yeah but nah. And sometimes we say nah but yeah. Hey, you put but at the end of your sentence. Aren't you in Victoria? That's a Queensland thing. It's delighting you. The R definitely goes right against the back of your teeth. Now do fish and chips versus the correct pronunciation. Fish and chips. Fish and chips. This is why you went to speech therapy. So are you all telling me that the pronunciation of Girl World in Australian is more interesting than Rachel? That's not good. As a Midwestern American, you can confirm your R is like on the roof of your mouth. I don't even know how to make that sound. You are a Queenslander. There you go. Queenslanders put but at the end of their sentences. As a born and raised Queenslander, I object. You've lived everywhere. The rain is nice. I'm glad you think so, because there's nothing I can do about it. But it is making me need to water out a little bit. So I'm going to play Rachel, and I'm still going to be listening to it, but I'll mute my microphone. Okay.
So they move on to the topic of Phantom and the fact that he's planning on leaking he and Fupa's private DMs today. And of course Amber immediately asks if Phantom has said anything about her behind her back, because that's really what she's concerned about here.
Girl.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, he's not a fan.
I mean, why is she surprised by that? Everybody in the LCU talks about her behind her back. She's the most famous person in there. Obviously, apart from Keemstar.
Like, tell me the tea of it all.
Well, I have something really cringe that he asked about, and it's gonna make you feel really uncomfortable.
Do you have proof that he asked, though? Or are you just making this up?
I have screenshots.
Okay, what did he ask?
Should I say?
Wait, what the fuck? I'm like so excited, actually, low key.
Should we?
Why would I worry about something that I did myself? Where am I? I feel like I'm in Twilight Zone.
I don't know. It looked like a medical condition. If I'm being honest.
It did. It looked involuntary.
No hate, no whatever. Like full just concern. It looks like you were having like a blood pressure thing.
I have normal blood pressure.
Looked like a muscle spasm.
What is normal blood pressure?
She's on blood pressure medication, so she would have abnormal blood pressure to therefore take the meds to bring her blood pressure down. Even if it's artificially okay because of meds that she's on, her metabolic health is awful. She is going to die from weight-related disease, like, without a doubt, unless she makes significant, massive changes starting now. So this whole, like, neck spasm thing, although it's kind of funny and interesting to laugh at, like, we know there's a serious problem here, and it's more than just her neck shaking.
My shit's like 117 over like 65.
Poop, is that good?
I used to take my blood pressure for content on bus when I was with Scooter, and it was always normal.
The lower number is kind of low. I thought it was.
I know. I take.
80.
Yeah. No, it's normal, and I've never felt better.
All right. Well,
Saying I've never felt better.
The storm we're experiencing is picking up a little bit. If I suddenly cut, basically that's what's going on, because if there's a lot of disturbance between, my receiver and where the tower is, which is quite far, I may lose internet. So just a heads up, if I disappear, that's what's happened. I may also need to very quickly go out and take tarps off the chicken coops. But the hubby will let me know if I need to do that. So yeah, it's quite bad. It's a lot. It sounds nice and gentle, doesn't it? But it's not. It's quite savage out there. And oh man, like, okay, you know how I have some chickens from a particular breeder? Like, if I'm not rescuing, I go to this one breeder who's absolutely amazing. And sorry, one moment. But there's something about the chickens that I get from him. They all love water. I mean, like, really obsessed with water. And so they will be running around in the rain at the moment. And I'm going to have to blow dry chickens. Don't steal Vera early. I hope so. I hope it'll be alright. No, it's not a cyclone. It's just weather. Where was that though? It sounds like it. What was it on the Queensland coast? Because it sounds like it may have come from. Post chicken blow drying content. If I need to, I'll grab some footage for you. Chickens really love being blow dried. Roosters will pretend they don't, but they do. Rosie, thank you so much. Oh, there were crazy storms in Melbourne yesterday. Yeah, the weather's been really weird, like really weird for about a week. I don't know. Thank you so much though. I appreciate that. I'm always conscious when I talk about whether I might be doxing myself. In all honesty, once I do the grand move that we're frantically building towards at the end of this year, I will be likely revealing my state and satellite town, I guess. I'm going to get a PO box because I want to be able to send things, and I can't at the moment without fully doxing myself. Oh, it was in New Zealand. You want to see fancy chickens dancing in the rain if they have those fluffy head crest feathers. They're silkies. 2 of them are silkies. They're so tiny and they're not hydrophobic like normal ones. Can someone take you to New Zealand so you can frolic? Yeah, weather's crazy all over the place. Super fun. All right, back to Rachel.
£600 is crazy.
I think you should.
Oh, French, I would love you forever. Oh my gosh. Canadian chocolates. Yes.
Bring it up to your fucking doctor for sure. Keem's trying to have Phantom set a goal to release the DMs. You should
Are
do
you
it
trying
first.
to bully me? Are you trying to bully
No.
me?
This is honestly like
For those of you who are doing dishes, I just did a huge eye roll at the concept of Amber saying that somebody's trying to bully her.
Oh,
Certain
this is part of
from one human to another.
you just did.
From one person to another, I think you should mention this to your doctor.
I just showed you that it was me who did it.
Fupa, I'm getting told that they're planning on releasing the DMs as a goal. Would you release the DMs to me to go over everything as a
So this whole like DM releasing thing, it sounds like it's going to be really boring, but if you let it cook, it actually gets kind of interesting because it starts to become about Amber and Emily. So we'll watch it because yeah, we won't watch the whole of this video, but we'll watch this part with the DM leaking because there are parts where Amber's reaction and stuff is interesting.
So this
I had a friend in Canada who actually is now helping out in Ukraine, but she used to send us Canadian maple syrup. It's so amazing. You can't get that kind of thing here. Not the proper stuff. And I eye roll at the concept of Rachel criticizing anyone regarding her bullying behavior. Always excited to talk about Emily. Always. It's her most favorite topic. Bedtime for the boy. Okay, say goodnight.
This was very clearly the script. For both Phantom's show and Fupa's show, set a goal, race to hit donations, and then release private DMs. But then Xylee, a fellow host, donates $100, which hits Phantom's entire goal, so Fupa rushes to leak the DMs first, and now Phantom is scrambling to get his side out as fast as possible. And that's where things start going wrong, because not only does Fupa tell Amber that Phantom was trying to figure out where Emily lives, but they then go over to his stream where he's actively showing the DMs, and not everything was fully blurred, which led to Fupa's full name and phone number being shown on screen for everyone to see.
I mean, that's so shit. Like, if your one job is to live stream, you're like, the minimum you need to do is not show somebody's fucking phone number. Foodie Beauty does it all the time. I don't know, man. It's pretty fucking crazy that he showed Fupa's bloody phone number. And it's one of those things, like, you can't take it back. You can delete the stream all you like, but once that's out there, that's it.
Set the goal, Tech.
I'm thinking
I need to.
Yeah, I have some very strong feelings about people being doxxed as well, just because you don't know their situation, you don't know what's going on in their personal life, and That kind of thing can be really playing with fire. I don't like it. Because I know that there's been some stuff going on in the Rosieverse too, doing that. Hey, Curious. Hello. Yeah, the doxing made you angry. It should. Also, hello, Mal Mal. I must have missed you coming in. Oh, you want to try Turkish Delight? Properly made Turkish Delight is great. It's got a really delicate flavor.
To know what he asked about me.
I'm thinking
She is so self-obsessed. You're going to hear that like 15 times. All she wants is for them to talk about her again.
30-20s. What do you think?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Wait,
Why
wait,
do you
wait.
care about my weight? I am literally just a human, just like you, who cares about what the number on the scale fucking says.
Because the number on the scale is a really good predictor of whether or not you're going to die early. So it's no.
Oh, I love that comment. Pat Ray. An irrevocable mistake could be said for Emily's private DV details that Rachel shared without consent. Monetized them and then called them tea. Sorry, I added. Yeah, absolutely. It can. Doxing can be so serious. I saw up close a situation where someone got doxed because of fandom disagreements, and it put their life at risk because they had a really violent ex. Yeah, you don't know. You don't know what's happened in the history or behind the scenes, and it's risky. It's scary. And I know that a lot of the doxing that happens in girl world is like fairly benign, but it can be dangerous. You've had Turkish Delight, you traveled in Europe. Ooh, it is delicious. It's really good. Because you can get like a fake Turkish Delight here that's also like chocolate coated, but it's not the same. It's a lot richer, a lot like sweet overload. Rachel sounds like your mother right now. I'm so sorry.
Everybody else's business, but if you are a public figure and you make money on the internet by having a public presence, people are going to talk about you, all the facets of you, including how you look. That's just the way it is. When you live in an extreme body the way Amber does and you monetize your body on the internet, people are going to talk about it, and that is just what is going to happen. I know that the LCU...
Lady Savage again, thank you so much. My 16-year-old is feverishly crocheting a Vera chicken. She's like another crazy burb lady. She too is nuts for clocks. I need that on a shirt. Oh, we'll take a pic for Discord. I'd love to see that. Thank you so much. Oh, I love that. I love that so much. Feverishly crocheting is an action that I am well acquainted with. You're more worried about the LCU crowd who likes Ambac's Phantom. Yeah. It's not, I don't know. None of it's good though, is it?
part of this whole thing is really dull, but I'm sticking around because I want to see how this plays out. I want to see what happens to Amber. Is she gonna sort it out or not? At some point this show is probably gonna have an ending, and call it a morbid curiosity, call it what you like, but I want to know how this show ends. You know what I mean?
I will call it obsession.
If it's Amber going off the internet and sorting out her life, if she stays here and monetizes her demise over the next 15 years or 10 years, I admit, I'm a viewer, I'm invested, I want to know what happens. And Amber's...
No, calling yourself a viewer is not the correct word for what you are. A viewer, by their nature, views exclusively. That is not what you've done, madam. I will call it trauma. Yeah, no. Yeah, it's giving obsessed. It is. And I am really always hesitant to say that word. I am, because reaction channels often get accused of being obsessed about the people that they cover. And I don't think that's true, because the vast majority of us observe from the outside and basically just talk about what we see and how we interpret that. Rachel's gone personal. Rachel's gone IRL, and that's something else. That's obsession. She's an interferer. That's a good way of saying it. We are the viewers. Indeed, Cax, we are. She's more than invested, side-eye. Yeah, it's true. This is something else. This is unhealthy. This is dabbling in their relationship. It doesn't have meaning personally for the normal viewer or commentator. I agree with that. And, you know, like, I get off of, you know, doing a video or doing a live, and I don't think about Rachel in my normal life. She ceases to exist for me when I'm not looking at her content, you know? To contact somebody's ex or current partner, that's different. That's very different.
Dating a feeder. She's dating somebody who already has one kill. You know what I mean? So we're watching because we can't look away. It's a fucking train wreck.
Oh my... I'm getting whiplash again, my nuggets. Did you hear what she just said? So she just said that Emily is somebody who already has, let's say, one teardrop. 1 point. But how can that also be the same person that you relentlessly defend as being a victim of DV? There's no... Why is there no balance with Rachel? Why is there no ability to sit in the middle and have a grey perspective on something? She swings from one end to the other so wildly. I can't believe it. I really can't. That gave you a visceral reaction? Yeah. I didn't know that was going to be said. I apologize. Janton, we might need to have words after. Yeah, so flippant and unserious. And when you put all of these statements that she says together, like, if there was nothing else around them, it's astounding. She has done entire videos dedicated to the victimhood of Emily. But then she will say something like that so casually. It doesn't add up. Something is very wrong here. Most reaction channels watch, but the few that have inserted themselves, I can't watch them. It's tainted by their encounter with the ex or auntie or mother from Geordie to Snow. It's too close. Yeah. Although, I don't know, are they inserting themselves, or are they entertaining somebody who... I'm not dismissing what they did, by the way. I'm just musing in my head. Were they just entertaining somebody that wanted to talk to them? Rachel went out of her way to email Emily to cause a fight to break up these two women. I feel like, yes, the touching of the poo and the entertaining the aunt or whatever, that is a step further than I would do. But then Rachel's a step further again, if that makes sense. Yeah. And I learned very early on that is just not the direction that I want to go. I made that mistake too, once. Only once. And it will never be made again. Yeah. Rachel, we're talking about real people here talking like that. Sounds like a game. Yeah, Geordie lets people come to him. That's generally been his MO. Although, He has said he would pay for information in the past, but I don't think he has. At least he's upfront and honest about it, though. Like, say what you want about Geordie, he wears who he is on his sleeve. He's very easy to read. Yeah, what Rachel did was so much worse than talking to the aunt. The girls love to tell on themselves in the end, so there's no need to talk to anyone. That's exactly right. There's more than enough information out there to react to without going digging for it. If you're doing a study on animals, humans too, you watch and you don't interact, so not to poison the result. Exactly. Live and learn, Rachel lives and stays. And that's why she's one of the girls now.
Does Amber look more pale than usual? Actually, now that you're saying it, yeah, a little bit. Yeah.
Can you imagine how vitamin D deficient Amber must be? She never goes outside.
I hear what you said. Xylee gave $100 to Alpha. What the fuck? Yeah.
Saying what?
That the DMs better be fucking juicy. But they're gonna release the DMs for sure.
Oh, here we go. Over the weekend, I lost 2 pounds.
Congrats. Oh,
wait,
there.
do me and Amber have the same lip gloss? I'm gonna be sick. I think she might be using the same lip gloss that I'm wearing right now.
Normally,
Their goal is.
I don't know that upsets you. I don't. Yeah, and you watch from a distance, so they don't know you're watching. Well, to be fair, it's difficult to not let the girls know you're watching because they watch you back. Yes, that's true. The only time Geordie reached out first was Colleen's brother, and that was only by technicality because her brother tweeted, "I just found this out. Is there a YouTuber who wants to know more?" Yeah. Yes, that's what you focus on. Her looks, yes, that's exactly what she focuses on. Yeah, and he did respond to that. And that's why I don't want to shade necessarily those creators who want to do those sorts of interviews. After I reached out for an interview with Amber that one time, it was a silly decision. I was trying to do something holistic. Anyway, after I did that, I realized, yeah, I don't want to be part of this. I don't want to be in it. I don't want to be doing the interviews like those other people. I want to be at the metaphorical aquarium looking through the glass, not being on the other side of the glass, you know? It's just not good. It's too close. And for me, I feel like ethically questionable. Not necessarily for everybody else, but for me it is. Now Rachel is part of the study because Amber is watching her, and likewise. And now there's a sub-communication going on from the gum to the photos with the fake ring. Yes. Yeah, you're not wrong.
It was just for one red dono, and Xylie's the one that did it.
No, she's not. It's fine. It's
Oh.
fine. Guys, I just shit myself that me and Amber were twinning. Sorry, that was an aside. Let's carry on.
Oh, you and Amber are twinning. Don't worry about that. And please don't say you shit yourself, because you're watching Girl World and your mind goes and jumps to other things just because of what you're used to hearing. Have you heard the Rogue Traders song? And it's like, I see you watching me, watching you. That's what it is. Yeah, you were thinking the same thing. Did she go looking for the lip gloss just so she could do this? I don't know. It is a bit weird. It is something I would have cut out, especially once you realize it's like a non-issue. It's weird. I don't know. But it's her video. She can do what she wants, I suppose.
Don't tell me.
I just want to know what he asked about me.
I'm not
Of
gonna
course
be
she
one
does.
up.
All she cares about is herself and what people say about her. What do they say about me? That's who she is. It's like narcissism 101, desperate to control the narrative about herself and wants to know what people are saying about her. And I think that's why the internet has been so bad for Amber in a way because of her own behaviour, but also because she is, in my opinion, probably a narcissist. I always say that with a caveat. I don't always, but I think a caveat, and I ought to put a caveat every time because I don't know if she's a narcissist, but I suspect that she is. It's so hard to know that people are talking about you and get to the point where you don't give a shit, and somehow Amber seems to have never got there. She cares. She still cares. Can you imagine, after 12 years of doing something, having an online presence, having Instagrams and Reddits and TikToks and pages and stuff all about you, and you haven't become numb to that yet, and you still intimately care and watch content about yourself? That's crazy. I'm not saying it's easy, and I absolutely do still sometimes have wobbles every now and then.
Wobbles, Rachel? Wobbles? Like watching videos about yourself?
But on the whole, you have to get to where you don't give a fuck. Otherwise, you cannot function. And I truly think that is why Amber is the way she is, because she has never managed to get over that speed bump of no.
So this is actually something that I never started with, because I'm aware of the pitfalls that can happen when you start caring about what people think about you or what they're saying about you and things like that. And by the way, if anybody here is a budding creator or even just putting yourself out there to sell things on the internet or whatever it may be, here's my advice. Never, ever, ever Google yourself. Just don't look for it. Don't go looking for it. Don't go on Reddit. Don't go onto the snark pages. Don't look at anything. It doesn't matter what people say about you. And to start down that, like, it's a slippery slope. And I feel like it almost becomes like an addiction in a way, because once you start doing it, you start wanting to do it more. And I think that's where Amber's gotten to. And Rachel's saying that she's curbing that. I don't know if I believe that, but time will tell, I suppose. But it is a never, never, never Google yourself. If you're doing something and you are doing it because you love it, do it for yourself. Don't do it for anybody else. That's all that matters. Wise words, Vera Burb. Yes, nothing good comes from Googling yourself. Yeah, it would be very similar rule as an author. Don't read the reviews. No. Oh man, I have dyslexia. I find it not relaxing to read books, so I listen to audiobooks. I can't bring myself to leave a negative review, even on a book that I haven't enjoyed, because it's been somebody's art form and that they've put a lot of hard work into, and I just don't feel like it's fair just because it wasn't my own personal flavor. But yeah, it's the same thing. And to a point, I even do the same with my comments. YouTube has a system now where it detects whether the comment is negative or positive, and it orients the positive comments, like on my notifications feed, it orients the positive comments at the top. And so there's a point where I know that I just don't keep looking at comments after a certain point, if that makes sense, because you don't need that shit in your life. If you're doing it because you love it, you do it because you love it. Don't let other people drag it down. I Googled myself, couldn't find myself. I felt irrelevant, and it was oddly satisfying. I love that. Oh, Kex, I'm so sorry. My first book got absolutely roasted, so I learned the hard way not to read the reviews. That's rough. I'm sorry. And it's so hard when it's a creative endeavor as well, because you feel like you've poured your heart and soul into that thing, and you've probably spent forever writing it, and it's just, yeah, that's rough. That is rough.
Not giving a fuck what people think and say about her.
The DMs. Are you ready? Do you want to
I just
show
wanna
the
say
DMs?
hi.
I want to know what fan.
Oh, and also, I will just add to that thought, there is a percentage of the population who just want to be oppositional. So whatever the main consensus is, if we're talking about reviews or comments or whatever it may be, whatever the main consensus is, these people have a compulsion to relentlessly do the opposite of that. So there is always going to be that percentage of negativity, whether it's meant or not. These people might not even think or might not even actually feel the way they've written, but they've written it anyway just because compulsion to object, basically. Yeah, watching negative content about yourself is a harmful but also addictive thing. ContraPoints once made a video talking about how she had to block certain sites to stop that. So, wow. Yeah. I just didn't start. I felt that was safest. Oh, really? So common with first books. People are brutal. And you better believe it's the people who aren't writing books themselves. Go be a responsible adult. Thanks for being in here, Lady Savage. I appreciate you. Yeah. And you know what that says about... I was just reading this one, sorry. You had a similar experience while learning German. People can be hurtful. And the thing is, if you're doing an endeavor that is to improve yourself in some way or to help other people or, you know, just something that is positive, then essentially what we're talking about here is people who want to tear that down. And what does that say about them? So yeah, why would you go looking for it? Thought you were roasting us for a second.
I'm asked.
Are you leaking the DMs now?
Let's see. Amber, so let me find it. He was asking about where your girlfriend lived and what part of Wisconsin so that he could tell me information about that part of Wisconsin to scare you or get digs at you.
I mean, that is... that's pretty shocking. But I will say that everybody who operates in the Girl World universe, if you've got a channel, you know, you know that there are certain things that are over the line and people's home addresses are over the line. There is somebody whose username on YouTube was Amber's address, and this person was commenting on every Girl World video where their name was Amber's address, and all of the creators have had to block these words and block that kind of stuff from their chats and their comments and block these people so that people don't get doxxed. Even on behalf...
I was unaware of that. Had anybody heard that? That's actually news to me. See you, Southern Bonita. Thanks so much for coming in on both platforms. You get lots of nice messages about your writing now, though. Oh, that's good, so you don't feel as bad. You're 18 manuscripts deep and agree that your first book was a first attempt, which is okay, right? I technically even caution myself to apply the positive things because I do feel like the positive things will come with a balance of the negative things, and that might sound not beneficial, but in the long run, I feel like so long as I'm true to myself, saying that I'm making content that I legitimately want to watch, that's all that matters. And all of you seem to agree with what I'm doing, but I understand that even the nice things can feel good to hear sometimes. You heard what? You failed to listen to Rachel. Apparently there were users with Amber's address as their username, and they were commenting all over reaction channels, and reactors had to like block them and delete their, you know, comments and stuff. Yeah, there's a goth chugging now. There is. Rachel looks like she's mid-sneeze. She does. My pauses.
behalf of Amber, who's somebody who we all dislike, we all still know that you don't let someone's fucking home address be in your comments, right? And it is scary and dangerous, and, you know, we shouldn't be encouraging it whatsoever, and this is one part where I will be sympathetic to Amber. Having somebody trying to work out where your girlfriend lives specifically is weird.
Okay.
Although, can I just say, I stumbled upon Emily's address by accident. And it was when I was simply just searching for the missing rarity posters and I came upon it. So I don't know if people are like literally looking for where she lives or if she just made it stupidly easy to find her. because that kind of information, like, by the way, Rachel's government name, I also stumbled upon. You shouldn't stumble upon that kind of information while just looking for certain videos or images, you know? It's next level clocked up. Yeah, it is. A bunch of us are in the chat are goths. Yeah, yep. I have a very strong goth and emo community here.
That's interesting for a community manager.
That's narcissistic too, to want to like entice fear also.
Entice fear? That's not good English. And everything's narcissistic when it's other people, but never when it's her. Weird.
That's community manager fired right now.
Yeah,
I
they
say it
already
right
took his
here.
role.
Wait, this
Wait.
is kind of crazy.
His chat is spamming that he's scamming them, that he's not showing the DMs. Oh no, he's showing them. Do you want to see?
Yes, I want to see. Let's do live react.
Yeah, if anyone's interested, so it's Cramblings, my mod, who has been doing up these new emojis, and Loretta inspired the actual hairstyle look. I'm just not sure who Loretta is in YouTube. I don't know what the username is, but in the Discord, she's Loretta. So yeah, very, very talented people.
Action. This is why we're going to the B circuit, everyone. This is why. I get turned on by insults. No, can't say that I do, but thanks.
Message from Beta Bitch Boy. You say, I have no idea. He responds with, that's what I was curious about, because if it was around where I grew up, I could give you, like, little digs you could sneak in. Look,
That's creepy.
Yeah, I mean, that's pretty inappropriate. Wanting to give digs about the area that somebody lives in to make them feel uncomfortable is pretty screwed up. Don't get me wrong, Emily feeding her ex-fiancé to death is also very screwed up, but two things can be true at once.
Phantom reveal.
Two things can be true at once, yet you never seem to manage to weigh those up. Like, she'll say these words, but then continue to think in just black and white. Like, she's a very binary thinker. It's ones and zeros with her. Gosh, Rachel is dull. According to Google, entice fear is perfectly fine. Methinks Rachel is trying too hard to complain about. Yeah, if something entices fear, it's enticing the emotion from you. Makes sense.
Feels what that first message says, much later in the stream.
Also, I'll say remembrance, you know how Amber says in my remembrance, that's technically correct too. It just sounds weird because Amber speaks strangely.
But it's him messaging Fupa asking, where in Wisconsin was ALR when she was up there?
Okay.
Sorry, I keep responding to this herpes thing. I have had cold sores since I was a little kid. I get them maybe once a year. You can go back on my past YouTube channels. I've always suffered with it. It's just something that I deal with. I get really.
May I have a Rachel rant? It's been living with me since, what was my last stream? On Monday. She made a comment and it's annoying because she pushes her degree so far that you would think that she'd be used to making, you know, referencing and sourcing and that kind of thing, backing up an argument. That should be something that you learn from university. And she said in her last stream that, did you know being able to jump is the #1 indicator whether you're going to make it past 50? If you're going to say something so confidently like that, I want to see sources. That's an absolutely obscene and, quite frankly, dangerously incorrect thing to say. She was evidently a half-asser in school. Well, she's at least proven herself to be successful enough to get the degree. So I believe. I don't know, I haven't seen it. You would love it if she referenced philosophers more. I would love that also. Possibly for different reasons. Facts pulled straight out of her chicken butt. That's called a cloaca. It's so not making it past 50. I was thinking about, what about people in like wheelchairs and things? Differently abled people. I don't know. It's absurd. Look, I think what it's trying to say is that to have a healthy body, there should be a certain amount of mobility. If you're in like a typical body, the fact that Amber is carrying all of the extra weight that she is kind of dictates that she might not make 50. But to say it's to do with the jumping, I would love to see what she's referencing there, because I have no doubt that there is a lot more nuance and a lot more factors and context around that particular statement. And why 50? Like, where did that come from? I've actually, if you didn't know my nuggets, full disclosure, did not finish my degree. I got a good amount of the way through it, and then all the mother shit went down in my life, and I had to put it on pause, and I just didn't see a need to go back. But I studied exercise science and psychology in university, and that kind of statement is just reeking full of ignorance and misunderstanding, and it's essentially spreading misinformation at that point. But it's kind of why I like to read those journal articles, the medical articles. No, we can't have context or nuance or anything. No, you're right. What was I thinking? I'm silly. Still learn something. Yeah, well, by the time I didn't feel the need to go back, because by the time I had gotten to the point where I'd built myself up enough to be a functional person, because that whole, like, when I was kicking my mother out of my life and going through all of that, I was not a very functional, as you can imagine. It took me a while to get back on my feet, and by the time I would have been okay, I was already in a corporate management career path. So it's like, I don't know, I didn't feel the need to go back. And I have no regrets, actually.
Chapped lips, which happened before my girlfriend got here, and then I knew exactly what that was leading to. It was leading to a cold sore.
She's talking too much. Yeah, that little meme made me think the lady does protest too much. Yeah, the more she talks, the more she's trying to cover something up.
And it is here. It is something, again, like I've dealt with since I was a little fucking girl. It's not that big of a deal. But I do want to say there are people with STDs out there. I am not one, but to STD shame is pretty pathetic, and it just goes to show that girl world sucks as a whole. But again, thank you for being here. So thank you for the views and thank you for the money.
I mean, somebody
Thank you for the money.
STD shaming, like, yeah, we shouldn't really be STD shaming ideally, but you're an absolute fucking asshole. So you're gonna get people saying stuff about you because you're on the internet. What do you expect?
Okay, Kelly, the instigator, is saying that on Alpha, he's showing that you were asking about, removing ALR's host role and then information on ALR's girlfriend.
No, he was asking me information on ALR's girlfriend, asking where she lived. And then he was like, I don't want to show that because it does say the city. And he was like, oh, this is the birthplace of this restaurant.
That's creepy.
Okay.
I want to talk to Keem. Like, that's like doxing in a weird way.
So Bus ends up stream sniping Phantom while he's actively leaking his and Fupa's private DMs. Keem realizes her name was just displayed publicly and tells Phantom they've basically lost the war, and that he needs to take everything down and private the stream, and Bus has to do the same, because now they have her docs on their stream too.
Oh my god.
We lost the war.
Do you get the feeling that anybody who is okay with doxing, or anybody who just doesn't feel that those sorts of boundaries need to be adhered to, do you feel like those people have never had privacy issues or stalker issues or any of that kind of thing going on. I think I would be horrified if I found out that those people also had that kind of trauma in their background, and then they're like paying it forward in a way, in a really negative way.
Cool gay community.
How did y'all
blames you
fall
for
in love with
scamming
that
fat
boring
camp
of a
goals and
conversation?
throwing Albert
I will just pause here and say that sentence from Amber is so funny. How did y'all fall in love with that boring of a conversation? Okay. Have you read the conversations that were leaked between Emily and Amber? Their conversations are so dull. They sit.
She's referencing her own work again. I don't feel like there is a single video that goes past where she doesn't mention that she got screenshots. Yeah, they can't comprehend it. I mean, I would hope that that's the case. It's kind of like, you know, people who have worked in customer service then turning around and being Karens to customer service people. You're like, yeah, I don't know. If you've got awareness of what it feels like to be on the other side, you would hope that we're leaked. Creed's not letting a single thing go by that you leaked. She does. She brings it up unprompted in every stream. She really does. Facts. Yeah. It can be an STD. It can also be transmissible in ways that are not sexual, but yes, it can be. They're practically interchangeable, and quote-unquote virgins have gotten them on their lower body outbreaks before. Yeah. It's a thing, especially if you're not careful with touching them with your bare hands, like Amber did earlier. Rachel's best source is the best source is herself. I forgot that, I'm sorry. This Rachel pause. She's given you her bedroom eyes. Oh, that was bad. Okay, continue.
On FaceTime and don't speak to each other. Amber insists on Emily being on the phone with her constantly, which Emily hates, as we know. The conversations between Amber and Emily are two strangers absolutely love bombing each other, claiming that they're in love.
I love how she feels like she's the authority on their relationship. That like, it's not that what she's saying is wrong. It's that after what she's done, it's so inappropriate. It's creepy. Yes, Rachel is so proud she got all that info out of Emily waiting for the next Clucker. So statistically, if we're going on the law of averages, she's due to cluck up again this month. However, I will say that she did take a month off. So I wonder if that means that she's going to be delayed a month. I don't know, because we're working on averages. Sometimes there's going to be closer together. Sometimes there's going to be further apart. But I feel like, I don't know. I have a feeling about April. No, Vera. I actually don't know. What does Rachel do for a living? How could her workplace be okay with her making these types of videos? Yeah, I'm not sure what she does for a living. If anyone has any insights, I did hear that an administrative role was floated at one point, but I don't know. I have not been able to verify anything. And I don't know, possibly like if she's not customer facing or network facing or anything like that, you know, if her face doesn't mean anything to the business, I don't know. Hot take, she's a therapist. Can you imagine sharing a workspace with her, seeing that smug face in the other cubicle? I don't think that Rachel and I would get along in a workplace. Verify still makes you giggle. It makes me giggle too. And the person who coined that is Nickelodeon, and he's still around too. Still watches from time to time. Very cool.
love is to me fucking laughable, but it's just so funny and ironic that she would be like, how did you two fall in love with those boring conversations? Amber and Emily have nothing in common. Pot, kettle.
Dog Dan as a scammer.
No,
You've scammed the local gay community.
You,
How dare you
Oh,
make
here's
Talbot
some more
quit?
info on
Bye.
we
Amber.
Smiley
lost the
emoji.
war.
Heck,
It's
Yeah. Show me.
Let
you
me
gotta,
see.
end the stream. You have to private the stream.
Yeah.
Yeah, we lost the war.
Oh no.
So this is them realizing that Fupa got doxxed, I think.
He just doxed you.
Look at her face. She's got like a little duper's delight, not duper's delight, that's the wrong word, but like smug, happy little face. Somebody else did something wrong and it wasn't me. Oh, fuck yeah.
We gotta end our stream too. Well,
Wait, why do we have to end it?
Yeah, that's disgusting. I don't necessarily have any feelings about Fupa either way, negative or positive, aside from the fact that she's part of the LCU, might pull down, but that's disgusting. Rachel wouldn't like you. You'd call shit out shit double standards out. Yeah. Although, having said that, from a management perspective, if I had to pick between Amber and Rachel, I would definitely hire Rachel. I feel like she would be easier to manage in that respect, but to be a peer with her, oh no. No. You don't think Phantom meant to do it? Possibly not. Wait, Vera, you're not going to do a MAGA cleanse? That's right. Oh, I forgot about that. Sorry to disappoint. I am not.
Because we had their stream up.
Oh no. How did he do that?
She's happy, look.
So
She's
Kim-
smiling. Did you see that? She was smiling.
I agree. I think Amber was happy about that too.
She loves it. Somebody else fucked up. Yay.
Comes in to try and talk.
No, I actually disagree with that. I don't think it's that she's happy that somebody else clucked up. I think she just really likes the drama. I think it tickles her when there's drama happening around her, and that's why she's so relentlessly pulled towards it. By the way, I think Rachel's the same. Rachel would try to impress somewhat, where Amber would just hog the microwave and refuse to do anything. Pat Ray, you've insinuated that Amber turned up to work. Amber and Emily are both pathological narcissists. That's already a lot they have in common. Yeah, well, true. You hog the microwave? Yeah, you think she loves the drama. I do too. She's really problematic drama. Yeah, what were you thinking? Amber left the house. Amber did not turn up to work. Absolutely not.
Talk to Fupa about what just happened, and that's when Amber lets him know that not only did Phantom just dox Fupa, but he was also in private DMs trying to figure out Emily's location so he could mess with Amber, which, I guess, completely ignores the LCU's #1 rule, no going IRL.
Where's
Oh, so even the LCU doesn't want to interfere IRL? So that means that Rachel morally and ethically is below the LCU. Can we just take that in for a moment? That's rough. That's not good. Rachel, that needs to be a real call to action for you, because you that's bad. That's really bad. Yeah, I agree. Amber's probably more upset the stream has to end, meaning less donations, meaning less money in her pocket, meaning less DoorDash. That's all she cares about. Yeah, I agree. If the LCU is more moral than you, your bar is in hell. Does hell have a basement? The LCU has higher moral standards than the Philosophy Queen. That's really concerning. Because I can't emphasize enough how low my opinion is of the likes of Keem. I think he exploits vulnerable people in vulnerable situations. And yeah, even he doesn't want to go IRL. Rachel gets the medal for Spelunker of the Year. Sewer spelunking. It's not good. Moral standards are buried deep in the ground. If hell did have a basement, would it be a dungeon? Oh dear.
Fupa.
She demanded I fire him right away, and I said I'm not going to do that. But he is in big trouble, which he is in big trouble, and the only.
Oh, yeah, that's a good point, Curious. The only reason LCU doesn't go IRL is because of the potential legal backlash. There's no morality high ground here. I suppose intent matters with this scenario.
The reason why he's not getting fired is because I know for a fact he didn't do it on purpose. He's literally just an idiot.
But Keem, I don't know if you know this part. Phantom was trying to get private information about my girlfriend. So, like, doxing, like, where she lives. So, he could tell Fupa random things about the city or town that my girlfriend lives in. So, Fupa could say them live on air to get digs at me. He's a fucking creep.
I mean, I agree with that. I do think that that's very strange. To do that on purpose, to try and make somebody feel threatened in their own home, is fucked up. I know we don't like Emily, but, you know, we can't sit here and be like, yeah, it's totally fine that happened. Like, I don't think that.
That did not slip by me. No. We don't like Emily. We don't? We don't. Well, if she doesn't like Emily, I would hate to see how she treats people that she doesn't like. Madam.
That's fine.
Hold on for a minute. Is that true? Because
although I will say, he said he wanted to do that. He didn't actually do it, right? It didn't actually happen. This is them in private conversations, which they are now choosing to leak, talking about what they might do. But it never actually, as far as I know, it never actually happened. So it is kind of a hypothetical. But him showing fucking Fupa's phone number is quite crazy.
That's part of the...
I swear you've seen these, like, at Fat Camp. You've seen them firsthand, these DMs, right?
Fupa shared a screenshot of a message.
a technical loophole here. We don't like Emily. We love her. Rachel, probably. Yeah, as well as technically the truth, isn't it? We don't like Emily. We like Emily.
From Phantom saying like, oh, well, I grew up in a similar, or a town close by. What's the name of the town that Amber's girlfriend, lives in? Because I might be able to give you some, information about that town that'll fuck with her.
Oh,
like, that one ice cream shop on the corner of so-and-so, like that is, like, I'm assuming what he was going to do.
Phantom, I just want to let you know that Fupa leaked the DMs where you were trying to get information on Amber's girlfriend, the way I understand it.
To make a joke. I said, what area?
I also think, though, that although what he's done here is fucked up, let's not forget that Amber herself has also done this. Amber was in Facebook groups and on...
Where is the moral and ethical line, do you think, around this? So, Emily has already been doxxed. Emily was doxxed, like... what? Over a year and a half ago at this point? It was when Amber was in Wisconsin, so, like, around the Rarity situation. So, her house, people already know where she is. If you are doxxed again, it's the same address, it's the same information, but is it bringing it to a new audience so it's still just as bad? Or do you feel like it's not as bad because it's already happened? Like, can you be extra doxed? Are there gradients of doxed, in your opinion? Yeah, them doxing Fupa was way more clucked because she had not been doxed yet. So there is a line. I'm genuinely asking. Also, hello, non-binary finery. I love saying your name. I'm going to say that every time you're in my stream. Enjoy. Hey, I knew what you meant. I had you there. I read it. Because otherwise what you said was weird. Hello, lovely. You finally caught a live stream. Welcome. You think a dox is doxing. It doesn't matter. If you do it again, it's still shit. You would say it's worse. It is hitting a new audience for sure. Because if people hadn't have heard of Emily's address the first time, they may be hearing it or seeing it now. Like, it might bring it to more people. Phantom did mention a restaurant, but then he said it wasn't actually one from Emily's town. I think it was just a hypothetical example, right? If someone already did it, then others would have talked about it. Ignorance turns to stupidity. Yeah. I agree. Oh, I agree. Anyone sharing infos are weird. Weirdos. I agree. You think it's doxing again. You personally don't go on the farms, so I wouldn't see or know about it. Yeah, that's what's wild though. I didn't find her address on the farms. I found it just via like an image Google search. And like I say, I wasn't even looking for it. It was not good. Yeah, doxing is bad, but you can find Emily's address online. Before this point, Fupa didn't. And I didn't know Fupa's name either. I don't know. But then again, I'm not someone that goes looking for this kind of thing, so yeah. A lot of the farmers are on Twitter and YouTube. They release info there as well. Yeah. It's the farms are a place. They're certainly a place. I agree with you. It's unfortunate because I don't think any of them should be doxed. It's crossing a line. It really is. It really is. We've been having this conversation. It's just so dangerous because you don't know. You don't know what's going on in their life.
The bus VC.
Oh, good point. So Phantom's like, I was only intimidating them as a joke. Oh, hilarious. What a wonderful man. See, this is why I don't like the LCU stuff. This is why I don't watch it. It's not good for your brain. Oh, I'm so sorry to let you know that, Secret Bird. Fupa Cheese is not her legal government name. See, here's the thing. At least when I accidentally stumbled upon Rachel's government name, which I have not said, she had been doxed on the farms, but I found it just looking for old videos because she used to have her full name as her YouTube channel. Like, who the cluck does that? That makes you so stupidly easy to find. I shouldn't have been able to stumble upon that without knowing. Such bully behavior, it was a joke. Yeah, you're right. You're right. Fupa is short for Fuparella. Fuparella Cheesenson?
Trying to get people's names. She's been found out in the past trying to get Mr. Snowflake's name. She's purposely done this. She's done this exact thing to people. Amber has talked about reactors. She's paid money to get their details, or at least she's tried to get her friend Alexis to get their details. She is excited by the fact that she could get information about people. So although
Yeah, I would caution anyone heading over to the farms. I really would. Like, outside of inappropriate information, there's also a lot of language that is just not super comfortable. I very, very rarely go over there. It can be handy for like finding dates of when things happened because it's essentially logged in real time, but it's a special place. Yes, Fuparella Cheeserton. That is the official name.
Oh yeah, this is being done to her and it's not nice. We have to remember she has done this herself before. This is Amber just getting the same thing done back to her that she's been doing to reactors for years. I'm not saying it's fine because she's done it, but I'm just saying let's be honest here about the fact of the situation, which is that she's crying here about this being talked about being done to her. It wasn't even actually done, but she has actually done this to people before. So yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Enticing harassment and fear is not a joke.
Fan?
I mean, she has enticed. She has incited harassment and fear in people many times on her channel. I mean, lying about people and claiming that.
Good point there. I do think using your first name and last name on an account is risky, but publishing 2 novels under your legal name, like, no, I don't think that makes you stupid. You're not part of a drama community who likes to try and find people. That there are certain precautions that need to happen if you're going to get into this. Yeah, let's be honest about your hypocrisy, Rachel. You never went to the farms, French? I don't even have an account. Yeah. You went to the farms once out of curiosity. R-words, slurs, hate flying left and right. I mean, yeah. And not just that, but like they have special names for all the reactors as well, which are all, you know, fairly derogatory kind of names. So you got to go there with a thick skin if you're going to go there. Because somebody's going to get offended for something.
They've committed crimes they haven't committed, etc., etc. I mean, what's that if it's not inciting harassment?
Do you know how fucking bad this looks? The fact that you're asking for a location. Oh, what town does Amber's girlfriend live in? Do you have any, like, I do not with this IRL bullshit. Do you understand? Like, you're actually in trouble for this? That's wild.
Amber, do you remember when I was making a joke about Culver's?
No, talking
And
about
I
a
said-
fast food joint isn't a joke. Nothing you say is going to be able to twist this into a good reason of why you did that. You're not going to manipulate me. That's something you're not going to do.
I was born and raised in Wisconsin. I know most of the state.
Anyway.
I wanted to make a reference.
You wanted to entice fear. We saw the messages. I'm not.
I agree with Amber here. I do. He's saying here, I'm from Wisconsin. What? So that makes it fine? Like, no. What are you talking about? I actually, for once, do agree with Amber. He is trying to make it seem like, oh, I'm just from Wisconsin, so I was just interested. No, he explicitly said he wanted to shit her up by making these digs.
Stupid.
When have I ever acted like that?
In the DMs, that's...
Am I a noob? What is KHS? Wait, is that what I think it is? Keep it safe if it's what you use. Euphemisms if you can. It's not a joke. It's super creepy. I agree. Yeah. Okay, that's what I thought. Thank you, joke. Interesting legal gray area there. Very interesting. That is a whole side quest. So yeah, is that true? Did he really bully someone into things? He knows the entire state. Good luck to Aussies trying to know the entire state they live in. Yeah, our states are big. Even the little ones are big. He did. Oh my gosh. I learned these things about Keem, and I think that everything that I know about him, my opinion couldn't get lower. I know I'm not looking at like facts here. I haven't validated. I haven't checked. I don't even want to start getting into this guy. It's just there is so much smoke around Keem. He's a clucking bushfire. From your research, oh dear. It's on his Wikipedia page? Oh no. No, that's not good. That is not good.
It's literally what we're talking about. Are you insane?
I mean, there's a line here between the fact that he talked about it and whether he actually did it or not, but he showed that he wanted to, so that's pretty bad.
Are you not following the conversation? You asked what town did Amber's girlfriend live in so you could make a joke that was in reference to her location. Okay, so you were trying to give information to Fupa, right, where she could scare.
Didn't Rachel say she didn't want to cover this because she knew it was just going to make shit videos and be boring?
Scare Amber into thinking, I know the location of your girlfriend.
I said, haha, I'm learning. So where in?
No, I mean, if you look at this, like, there's not.
What is it? I have no idea. That's what I was curious about, because if it was around where I grew up, I could give you like little digs you could sneak in. Okay. Oh, Charlie's doing a documentary on Keem. Oh, that's right. I remember her saying that. The frustrating thing is Keem fascinates me on a behavioral level. I would very much love to pull him apart, but I couldn't watch this content. I really couldn't. It would, I think, kill my entire passion for doing this if I had to watch LCU or like what was it, drama a lot of shit and all of that. No. Charlie's not doing a doc. She says HBO or whoever will do one day. Do you think he's a big enough celebrity like to go mainstream like that? I don't know if he's a big enough deal. Yeah, you don't have the mental mind space for Keem for long term. He's too nasty. Yeah. It's almost like you feel like it might rub off on you in some way.
Not really any other way to slice it than that. That's what I was curious about, because if it was around where I grew up, I could give you like little digs you could sneak in. Yeah, I mean, it's absolutely clear what he's trying to do there. Any attempt to make it sound like it's anything else is not going to work.
In Wisconsin was ALR when she was up there. Fupa said, I have no idea. I said, that's the text that you saw. But 30 seconds later, she drops not only the county, but the city.
Yeah, I mean,
yeah, so that's crazy how Keem was even involved in the Gabby Hannah situation, the time when she was going back and forth with her ex-roommate. I've been watching like tea channels for quite a while, and while I hadn't explicitly watched anything on Keem because, I don't know, it just like didn't interest me, his name comes up everywhere, associated with all manner of different creators. Honestly, isn't there a clip of Keem like cursing Amber out like a while back before her joining LCU? I can't imagine myself going to work for someone who cursed me out alive. I think Keem would be one of the most toxic bosses you could possibly work for. I really do. I don't think that's a good working environment. And what's worse is it sounds like he's ripping them all off too. He is a vulture. Perfect. Absolutely perfect.
That's like saying, oh, I did something really awful. I asked for information so I could do something awful. And then the person I asked gave me that information. It's their fault. No, it's still your fault. Fupa shouldn't have given it to him. None of them should be doing this, but it's like typical deflection. It's like fucking Adam and Eve in the garden. It's not me, it's this woman that you sent to me, not me making...
Toxic isn't even the word. Radioactive? Yes. That's what it seemed like to me too, Pat Ray. He lurks in drama chats when things are tenuous to smell out people to exploit. Because that's what I was trying to say earlier when I said that he exploits vulnerable people who are in vulnerable situations. And like, you know, I'll talk about Amber because she's obviously the one that I know the most about. Being demonetized and then having promised, look, here's a way to keep making money and I'll put you in contact with an actual human to get her from that. Although Amber probably deserves this and much, much more, it's still her in a very vulnerable situation because no matter who you are, having your income cut off like that would be devastating. That would be so scary. And she made the wrong call, because of course she did. She has an absolute skill for making the wrong decision at every turn. But that was still him exploiting her in that moment. The fact that she's not now investing in her own channel, well, I mean, that's on her at this point. But like, even so, even if you believe what's being said, like she's not allowed to live stream because it conflicts with his stuff. I wonder how far that goes. I wonder how handcuffed she actually is.
Bible references.
The birthplace of Culver's in the historic air show.
Cool. So he just stalks my girlfriend right there on live right now.
I mean, yeah, he did. He kind of did. If you Google that, like what this air show, Culverson Air Show, like where does Culverson Air Show happen? You get the answer, and then you know roughly the city that Emily lives in. I mean, knowing somebody lives in a certain city is not that deep because the city's huge and we all already know that she lives in Wisconsin. But yeah, I mean, it's...
Yeah, no, it is risky though because it's not that huge. It's not. Oh, that's fair. Vulture seems too good for him. Yeah. Yeah. It's kind of like, you know, how they're not allowed to, it's illegal now to name a virus or a bacteria or like a disease after an animal. Maybe we should make it illegal to call these people animal names because it's a disrespect to the animal. Maybe parasite's even too good. Yeah.
It's doxing adjacent, definitely.
What? Not really.
If you Google if you Google it.
Well, how did she find it in about 15 seconds?
You're a nasty piece of trash.
Yeah, I mean, him saying, how did Fupa find it? Well, you know, how did she find out it?
I know that we're now listing all of the worst things we can think of, but really, even all of those have their place in the ecosystem. It's absurd, isn't it? You can't get ridiculous enough.
It in about 15 seconds. Okay, there might be information out there. That doesn't mean that you need to take it and give it to somebody. The only reason I'm comfortable leaving this bit in my video is because this live stream, this part, I think, of the live stream is still up, and Amber does this herself. She says this herself. It's clear this Phantom guy is an arsehole. But we're in the LCU. What do you expect? Everybody sucks here, you know, including me, probably, for even talking about this bull.
Well, we like a self-awareness queen, don't we? Yeah.
Bullshit. And including you, dear viewer, for even wanting to watch this. I'm joking.
I'm shit too.
I'm joking. This is just a hee-hee and a ha-ha. These people are adults who are being paid to monetize this content. This isn't silly. This isn't a joke or a slip-up. This is a orchestrated, planned, structured, monetized piece.
So what you're saying is the next pandemic... Name the next pandemic after Keem. Rachel is so weird. She's going through a little bit of a self-awareness arc and leaning into the bit, which is a choice. It's a choice I support. It was one of the valid ways to go. She needs to stop talking about politics. I think that is the key why she's still losing subscribers. Here's my advice, because we know Rachel's listening. Here's what she needs to do to turn her channel around. Get more consistent with uploading and not do these clustered uploads where there's like 3 or 4 videos uploaded within a few days of each other and then nothing for weeks. Get more consistent. Stay away from politics. Stay away from religion. Stay away from feminism and lean into the lolcow. You'll be fine. Yes, it is. It's kind of like Amber's level of self-awareness. She's poking fun at it instead of introspecting. Thus, the lolcow cycle is complete, though. There are very interesting conversations going on in the chat right now.
Piece of content which we are free to talk about, and that's exactly what's happening here.
You do not deserve to be here in the LCU. You know, peace out.
You know what,
Jaded 7,017
look,
super chatted
here's the problem.
$20.
They both did this. They're doing it together in private.
And then you've got Emily in the chat saying she's being harassed, doxxed, and having people threaten her job. This coming from the girl who tends to insert herself into a lot of what's going on in girl world. So
yeah, at this point, I do have limited empathy for Emily. I could understand somebody having this happen where they've accidentally put themselves in the middle of girl world without realizing. But like at this point, Emily is going on... When did she come on the scene? We're nearly like 2 years in at this point. Almost. At a certain point, you need to take responsibility for dipping out and protecting it. The fact that it's still going on is because of Emily's actions. Yeah, no empathy in the chat either. It's because I don't want to victim blame, because this stuff shouldn't be happening. It shouldn't. And if we were living in a perfect world, it wouldn't be happening. But she's not doing anything to protect herself or her loved ones, and that's concerning. Yeah, May or June. I was going to say June, 2 years. So we're only a few months off that. She knows full well what this community is at this point and what she's subjecting herself to. And just the fact that she's in this chat, it's baiting people. Which only makes me feel that she really enjoys this.
Yeah, I mean, she absolutely does. She wants to be involved. I said this in my last video, but Emily loves it. She likes the attention. She knows people are threatening her job. She knows that her job has not only been threatened, people have made formal complaints to the nursing board about Emily. Her job has been threatened multiple times, and yet she's still dating Amber. She's still dating somebody with a public profile. She's still posting her face on TikTok. She has a TikTok page where her picture...
Stop it, Rachel. You're being logical, and I agree with you.
...is her and Amber. Do you want in or do you not? Do you want the attention or do you not? I'm sorry, but you will not convince me that this is not some sort of like strange humiliation kink cycle that we're watching happen right here.
Yeah, I do think there's a level of enjoyment with this for Emily. Why you would want to allow that to threaten your job and why you would want to allow that to threaten your loved ones, I don't know. I really don't. I can't put myself in the headspace of somebody like that. Look at us so seriously discussing what to insult Keem with. Because you keep coming into the problem of everything's too good, right?
Let Apathetic finish the end of their point and then we'll stop here.
Seeing her in here while all of this is unfolding isn't exactly surprising, but obviously none of that justifies what's happening here, especially when it's...
I mean, I agree, like what's happening here is not right. It's not right that she's been doxxed. And at the same time, this isn't a but, it's just an addition. Why is she here making it worse? Why is she watching it? Why is she in the chat? Why is she posting videos?
I agree with that, Mary Winchester. Emily is selfish. And the biggest issue that I have is, for obvious reasons, she is a mother. And her first, second, and third, and all the way down to 100 priority should be that child. And yet her actions at every turn, it's It's selfish. It is absolutely selfish. She puts her, can you imagine? There are a lot of parents in here. She puts her sexual predilections and motivations ahead of her parenthood. Can you imagine? I like what you said, curious. I'll get myself in trouble if I talk it out loud. Tuna cookies? With the what now? I don't know what's going on in the chat at the moment. I agree, Mono. That's also why I hate the idea of people wanting to dox Emily because she has a child that could be put in danger. Absolutely. Absolutely. That's okay, non-binary binary. Thank you so much for popping in. We're going to be finishing up very soon anyway. Yeah, unforgivable in my opinion. Yeah. And okay, granted, I don't have children, and people love to go, but you have children. No, I'm speaking as the now adult child who is put in that situation where the romance, the relationship, the everything else was put ahead of them, and it's an abomination. It's horrible.
Videos of herself and this prolific, controversial YouTuber. If you don't want to be in it, don't be in it. Like, what is happening here? Am I...
Thank you, non-binary binary, for allowing me to say your name 3 times. And the super sticker. I appreciate you. Thank you.
Stupid for thinking this. If you really want out, stop fucking engaging. Stop posting photos of you and your famous girlfriend. You will not convince me that she doesn't desperately want this attention. She loves it. She always has, right?
It's getting into doxing territory.
They're both being
Okay, so that's the end of that. I'm not going to watch anymore because it's too much for me. Well, there you have it. That's what happened with that. The doxing and Amber's new show and Amber's wobbly, twitchy neck. Okay, that's the end of the video. Thank you guys so much for watching. That was interesting, illuminating, fascinating. Maybe not. Those words might be a bit of a stretch. But I had fun, so I hope you guys did too. Follow me on Instagram if you don't already, at Rachel the Python. Send me a message, send me a DM, voice note with your thoughts and theories about Girl World. And I will see you guys in the next one. Take care.
So we don't even get one of those weird endings like where she talks about the book that she's reading or the crochet. She's gone back to cutting those off. This is how not invested or into the Rachel situation that I am. I don't follow her on Instagram. It's a private Instagram. You need to have you need to actually follow it to, no, I don't want to. Oh no, missing out on your cat's is it Quinceanera? Oh, I love that. Just because someone doesn't have kids doesn't mean they don't know what a good parent being responsible is. The whole you're childless argument is bullshit, especially with many parents being not good. I agree with you, Chazzy, but it's probably the biggest one I get whenever I talk about parenting. And as you know, I have some thoughts on parenting. Basically, don't take exactly what my mother did and do the opposite. But yeah, there are nuances to parenthood that I couldn't possibly understand. I get that. But this particular one, I understand. As a parent myself, I will always listen to childless people's opinions if they're talking about the well-being of children. Valid. Veronica, thank you so much. Thank you for making my work a little bit more fun tonight. Only 2 more hours to go, but now I have to leave you all and actually do some work. I love that. Thank you so much. It's pronounced Quinceanera. Quinceanera. Cool, thank you. What did I say? Quinn. Yeah, I don't know things. Oh, yes, definitely. If I think Creed's you're my only mod in here at the moment. If you wouldn't mind linking the tutorial on how to link your Discord. Anybody who wants to be on the Discord, by the way, if you're a Clucker, Follow the instructions that are linked. If you're still having trouble, just shoot me a friend request on Discord, and I'll invite you in. It's not a big deal. You were a childcare worker when people tried to pull the "you don't have kids" card. I'd say, have you ever had to change nappies for 8 babies several times a day? There's a difference between telling someone how to parent and pointing out what's obviously harmful for children in general. I agree. Lesson 1 in parenting: don't cluck up your kids. Lesson 2 in parenting: you're gonna cluck up your kids. Perfect. It's Spanish. Oh, I knew it was Spanish. I don't speak Spanish, although I would love to. Asking the one mod with bad tech. Do we have it? I might be able to grab it for you all. Basically, you just need to link your YouTube. No, what am I trying to do? I've lost Discord. Where did Discord go? Hang on a second, everyone. I will locate it for you, and then I will say goodbye. But one moment. Look at Rachel's face. Look at the face. There it is. I've got it. Okay. I'll pop that there. All right. Thank you so much, everybody who was chatting and all of the lurkers. I've seen you all there. You're amazing as well. Thank you so much for all of the super chat, gifted memberships and joining the clocking crew. I appreciate you all so much. And a big, big thank you to my mods and the replay nuggets. Thank you so much. I will be back next week with another stream. But for now, that is all the clocks I have left to give. Stay golden, my little nuggets, and I'll catch you next time.